Hey, hey, hey. Back with week 5 replay review. Happy December, folks. Welcome.
And
Who we have
now,
around? We've got Stormtide, Skyhops, Luke already. Welcome. Yo.
the big question is, can any of you hear what he's saying right now?
I heard myself.
Okay,
It just
so
took a
we're
little
good.
while.
All right.
Yeah.
And also, anyone who's listening, let me know how the levels are for that too. Because I tried to match what it was originally, like the same levels as it was when it was just a desktop audio.
Yeah.
So it should be what you normally sound like. But
It sounded pretty good to me. No, he can't hear us. No.
dude.
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
Oh, they can't hear us. Oh, this is awful.
That's
Well,
not that
stream is
bad.
canceled.
We can just start. We don't really
We
care.
can just start.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, what happened in the time off? I mean, we streamed. What did we stream? Like last Monday or something, didn't we? It's been a
was
bit
a
over
while,
a week
yeah.
since we've been back.
Because of the
Feels like
real
forever.
Thanksgiving last week.
Has anybody died in the meantime?
The CEO of what's it called?
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
We talked about that in chat.
We did. Well, I guess you did buy a car today.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
There was
Got a major upgrade.
It was. I went from an 08 Civic to a 24 Corolla. So.
Sheesh, 24.
Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. I mean, it was technically used, but it had like 5,000 miles on it. So.
Wow. Well, you want to trade me? I've got a 15 Focus.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
But that Civic was like, my plan was to use it until like it couldn't drive anymore, and it basically is at that point. I got $500 for it on the trade-in. It was like
GG.
every single light on the dashboard was on.
Oh my god.
And originally I got them cleared because this was in October. I drove back to my parents, which was about a 3-hour drive. I drove back there, and like part way, all the lights, or actually it was on my way back home from there. All the lights came on, like check engine, the battery light, and this is a hybrid, so the battery light is like actually like, you know, important. Not that it's not important.
Yeah, it's not important,
but it's like there's like more to it than when it's like when the battery light's on, and also the light that says that the battery and the engine can't communicate is on, and everything was on, and then the drive light was blinking. And
Well,
so
just take it
originally,
into the Nahyma Battery Academy.
yeah, good one.
That was kind of hard to say, actually.
Nahyma Battery.
Battery Academy?
Battery
I don't know, it was kind of tough.
Academy, yeah.
I don't know, maybe I just suck.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Well, anyways, I'm glad you have a new car.
Yeah.
Sucks that I don't have a new car, but I mean, it's fine.
I mean,
I like my car.
you
I
can
actually
pay
bought my
for
car
mine
off
if
of
you
Lethal
want.
Blue. I bought it from him in like, what? I guess it was about 2 years ago, like almost 2 years ago to the day, actually.
Well, he didn't need
Yeah.
it.
No, he was buying a car off of a truck off of his wife's grandparents' lot, I think,
Whoa.
and said, "Hey, I got a friend
He
discount
didn't
for you."
offer
I said,
you
"Hey,
one?
I've got a friend." He didn't offer me what? A wife?
Well, a grandparent, a wife, a truck off of that lot.
A bunch of things I could use, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, good little life update.
Yeah.
What you see on your screen in front of you is, in fact, the legendary Overmad versus Zeb Strike 'em Down,
Yeah.
which I'm sure everybody's been dying to see. It, I think it actually happened kind of uncharacteristically early in the week for Matt. I'm pretty sure Matt is a weekend-only kind of guy, and they decided to play kind of early. So it got to sit and fester almost in the highlight submission channel and just accrue a whole bunch of votes. So it it was definitely a game. If you haven't seen it, you are in for a treat.
I think I saw it, but I don't remember.
Good. Well, it was
I
pretty
actually don't.
silly. one party is very unhappy with the result, and I'm sure if you know either of these people personally, you know who's the most vocal about
Yeah. Okay, I
about
think I
their
did
wins and
see it
losses.
then. Because I think it was the post game chat that made me be like, you know what? Maybe I'll check out this replay. That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
If I see people ranting and raving, I'm like, yeah, we gotta see what this one's about. But I just don't remember the specific events, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, to get into it, we do see I believe it's Terra Rhyperior and Terra Thundi. The Thunderous has actually been since traded in, I believe. Or no, it's no longer the Terra Captain.
Wait.
Or no, sorry,
No,
it was
he
just
took
picked up.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, he just got
yeah.
it, and it became a Terra Captain.
Yeah. So Matt dropped his Keldeo that was a Terra Captain to re-pick up the Thunderous that was dropped.
Didn't he also drop an Amorous? Or was that someone
dropped
else?
the Namora's for Thundi. And then dropped the Keldeo. Maybe he didn't drop the Keldeo. I think he wanted. Oh, he was gonna drop it for Ogerpon Wellspring, but it got picked up Sunday night before he got to make his last trade. He scooped up the Thundi and then was waiting the week to see if Wellspring would still be up and if he actually wanted to make the trade. And got sniped out from under him.
Imagine getting sniped in the off season, or not in the off season, in free agency.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we do see on Zeb's side, it's the Terra Excadrill, and I believe that's the only Terra, and the Sceptile there is Mega as well, which it has come a few times, and I think it's actually put in a decent amount of work. What do you think about just Mega Sceptile and Draft in general?
I can't recall seeing it a ton. I saw it, I actually think that when I was watching this replay, I was like, wow, Mega Sceptile is playing the game. He's here. It's rare. I didn't play enough of Gen 7, I guess, is when he was probably, because Gen 6 he got added in ORAS, right? But then most of the later megas were used in Gen 7 more. Is that correct? That's kind of more where we saw those ones?
Yeah, late Gen 6. Gen 6 actually took up a really long stretch of time.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was at the end of the Gen 6 metagame, they actually, it was in, the last month before Sun and Moon came out, they, banned Mega Sableye. And then nobody touched the format ever again.
Yeah, because everyone loves Stall, so you ban Mega Sableye.
Yeah.
Nobody comes back. But
it was actually pretty busted before ORAS came out, because it was when the Prankster thing was still happening, or maybe it still happened after, but it was changed in Gen 7. I don't remember exactly.
The dark immunity?
No, where you could that was changed in Gen 7 as well, but when Mega Sableye had first turn Prankster, kind of so you would Mega and still get to use a Prankster move while having Magic Bounce for one turn.
I know what you mean.
So it was pretty busted.
It is pretty busted.
But it was also at the same time where things like Mega Beedrill and Mega Diancie had to run Protect because their speed wouldn't get updated until the next turn.
Well, the speed update was changed. Wasn't that in Gen 8 that they added dynamic speed changes?
So yeah, there was a big difference though between dynamic speed and mega speed. Dynamic speed, you're right, was added in Gen 8, but that was more for a doubles thing.
Yeah, but I thought it was just the idea that your speed could change mid-turn and affect the turn.
Yeah, I think specifically for megas, it changed before Gen 8 though.
Okay, maybe they just made it so that stat comes into play first.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I guess to answer your question, I haven't seen a lot of it because I kind of stopped paying attention towards the end of Gen 6 and really didn't pay attention for a lot of Gen 7. So that's why I said a lot of the ORAS specific megas, like Mega Sceptile, were some of the ones that I just kind of saw and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then never really paid a lot of attention to. And besides that, it's just been Nat decks and mostly Nat decks draft where not many people take it. So I don't really know what it does. And I know Shedtail's banned.
Shedtail is banned
across the board. So
specify. Yeah.
So I can't imagine that there's a whole lot more than it's gotten since
then,
so.
It has Swords Dance, but its special attack is quite a bit better than its attack, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Mega at least
So
is.
it kind of wishes it had like
I
nasty
think it's
plot.
balanced when it's not Mega.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's cue to just get right in.
Yeah.
This is Thundy's first game. Let's check the Terra Captains. It's
hold
ground
on.
drill.
Guys, Matt has a phone call. We gotta wait.
Oh, everybody, wait a minute.
Gotta wait a minute.
Well, in that minute,
waiting.
we can look at captains. Yeah.
All right. So
It's actually double water.
Wait. They added the icons to the replay.
Oh, wait, that's massive. Oh, I didn't even notice.
I was about to make a joke about like, oh yeah, this water applies to him, but then I was like, wait a minute, there's a Rhyperior next
That's
to that.
huge. Big dub for Showdown.
They
+1
finally
from Nahyma.
used the space next to the names to put the icon.
It actually looks
That's
like
always
it does
there
in
in game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Okay.
crazy. Dude,
you can also.
We're gonna save
I've
so
found
much
with
time on stream.
Yeah,
Forward.
I've found with Matt, when you look at... Okay, so this is actually helpful because in battle, you can see the Sylvally type. Right?
On here.
Yeah, so you can set
It shows
it
the
to
blue.
be like... For example, if you're holding a fairy plate, you'll show as like the pink one.
Yeah.
But if you set it to like Sylvally Fairy... Or sorry. What he does, yeah, if you have the fairy plate, you'll see the pink sprite. But if you don't manually change it, it will always say like Sylvally Fairy next to the pink icon. So here, Matt has changed it specifically to Stellar, but there are cases where, say for example, you run like Sylvally Psychic, and you put your Terra type to Fairy to make it seem like it's actually a Fairy type, or vice versa, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what PF is saying in chat. Actually, that's funny. You can kind of mess around with people like that. I think flying and normal. No, flying is kind of blue. So you can do that with like flying and water
or ice.
Yeah.
Like
There's just a bunch of funky things. Matt has often done that to psych people out because he runs water and dragon a lot, and I think dragon it looks pretty blue as well.
Hold on.
So if I were to hazard a guess, I think it is dragon based on the sprite.
We're gonna check something. Does it say which one it is?
No way.
It sorts because it uses the whole sprite sheet. So it like has to look at the specific spot on the sheet. So we could go to this, right? And it shows the whole sheet. And then you go to Sylvally. And then you can figure it out based on the order and be like, oh, what is it?
So it's that third one there, right? The third type? I'm pretty sure that's the one that he has.
It's like the lighter.
Oh, maybe
that's
it's
the darker one.
the
So
last
I
one.
think it's this one.
Maybe that's ice.
Yeah.
Wait, this is some insane tech, dude. I never know you could do this.
But it's like, I mean, you can also just download the sprite sheet and reference this, right? Like in the same way.
Does it show the position of the...
It probably like has something in here that says which one to pull. I'm trying to like compare it to like this one, for example, right? They all say V17 minus 440 minus 360. Yes, okay, so that's the position. Minus 260 minus 3270.
Well, I don't think we... I think the minute's up, so we don't have time to dissect the...
Oh, it's true. Yeah,
pixel.
I think he's off the phone now.
Yeah, he's off the phone now.
Okay, yeah, he said sorry about that.
We can start
okay.
the game.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Right. Well, we didn't really talk about that.
That's some insane tech, though. There's
Yeah.
some actual... some things to do there for people who are really sweating.
You could do some trial and error just by moving it around in inspect element and just like see which one it shifts left and right to. That's how you so,
okay, let's get into it.
So, well, did we want to talk about the actual captains though? Because we had like the water.
Oh yeah, it's water
Rhyperior, and then
Rhyperior,
water
and
Thundy.
water.
So
Thundy.
two water Terra captains.
Usually, when you see water Rhyperior, it's lightning rod over solid rock.
Yeah.
And ground Excadrill. Maybe we'll see a.
Oh, that is the captain. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Moldbreaker. I know that Moldbreaker is decent into Excadrill and into Mega Aggron as well, because it'll ignore the filter and the solid rock.
Yep. So I think solid leads here. I mean, there's actually a couple. I mean, it depends. It could be any of these three being your rocker, right? Maybe you save Giga to come in a situation where you're more preserving him, and you don't want to lead him rocks. Then again, has sturdy.
I think
If you
Giga's a
want- or
good
no, I
lead.
guess it wouldn't be sturdy if he's stand stream. Yeah, Giga's probably the safest option here. It's just if there's someone over here that you're particularly worried about leading Gigalith into, and that could be like the Terra Water Thundy maybe. But with sand up, he probably doesn't kill you with any setup.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, and this is okay. He doesn't have Sand Rush Archizol. I wasn't sure if he was one of the ones that had like multiple.
No, that's Dracozolt that has Sand Rush.
Right.
But this has Slush Rush for the Glow
Yeah.
King.
Yeah. So there may be a little bit of a weather war here, but it's probably easier for Gigalith to set it up. On
I
the
would
side,
expect Gigalith and maybe either Silvally or Thundy into the Gigalith.
yeah, you don't think that Matt would maybe lead the Glow King to get snow up on the sand?
That's a potential, but I feel like trading rocks into this team is really bad for Matt.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Yep,
So we see the Rhyperior lead into the Slowking lead.
interesting.
Okay, so kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
And just immediate swap out. Makes sense, right? You go into your Slowking. Are you thinking... Do we want to just like play it out, or is there anything you want to...
I would have liked to have seen Rhyperior click rocks. I think if it had it,
Yeah.
it would have clicked it.
If
It
you're
either means
leading
it's
with it, it
Rhyperior,
probably
or sorry.
does.
Yeah, I would think that it's either Assault Vest or some sort of setup set, since
Yeah.
it didn't rock.
And since it's comfortable leading against potential Giggle or potential Excadrill too, like just to click Earthquake, right?
Yep.
So we get the Scald on.
Okay, dodging the Scald on the Rhyperior, though.
Yeah.
And gets T-Spikes up. T-Spikes are fine. There's not too many things that it affects a lot.
Yeah. And now it says this is water.
It is water. It's also not Mold Breaker, it is Sand Rush. Excadrill.
Oh, did you say that you thought it might be?
Yeah, when you see Terra Ground, it's really good into teams that like rely on abilities to take the hit, and like
Right.
specifically Aggron and Rhyperior do. The only resist is Thundy, which you don't struggle to beat in sand anyways.
Wait a minute. Does I think I know the answer to this. Mold Breaker Ground versus Flying Silvally. Would
does
Silvally he would still immune it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not the ability isn't what's preventing the attack from happening. It's the ability changing its type to a type that's immune to it.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, things like neutralizing gas don't change the type as well. There are some. It's one of the abilities that can't be neutralized.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so he just spins. Makes sense.
Yeah. I would expect a parting
you
shot.
don't have a grounded poison, right? So
Yeah. We do see the parting shot.
Parting shot.
I want to see people run Clear Amulet against Matt Silvally more often, because he always runs parting shot, very rarely runs U-turn. And I think people got to start making him be a little more honest.
Yeah. Or magic bounce. Just
Yep, true.
send him out. There's a U-turn. Nice little crit.
Okay.
Didn't do that much. Into the
Shook out?
Quake. So what?
Ooh.
Okay.
If that had Terra, it might have killed.
Yeah, but what I'm wondering
Oh, not
is, so before you even know that he's Shuka, right? The reason that you're probably not tearing is to keep the steel for in case he does survive and hit and get more T spikes up. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's probably
yeah, for
not
sure.
boots at this point. That would be my guess. Is that he didn't want to get rid of the steel typing in case he had to come back in on it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Okay, Thundy's just probably going to click Terra here. Oh, it doubles!
doesn't. Yeah, so we get
Crazy double.
get the chili into Thundy,
I'm curious about it, though.
double into the Giga. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't great for Arctozolt. I think you got to
Yeah.
switch again.
I mean, what is
I
it?
think
Giga
Zolt
coverage
maybe
wise?
was... It might be Assault Vest Giga is a pretty good set for it. You get so much special defense in the sand, so
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Low kick.
Low kick,
though.
that's not going to do anything.
Survives the quake.
Oh, crazy.
That does a lot though. This is not choice.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
switching
not
out
orb either.
means that Boltbeak actually just acts. It thinks that it acted first,
Yeah,
so it doubles the damage.
which it probably would have gone first anyway, right? Like we saw him go first before, so that's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Double.
Yeah.
So the Sceptile comes out. There's the Mega, and he goes first and quakes. Okay. So, oh,
I'm fine with the Quake.
you know what's interesting? So since he wasn't Mega'd yet, he didn't have Lightning Rod, but if he was already
Yeah.
Mega, he would have immuned it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that's a big chunk to take.
And I don't think it gets Ice Shard, so you never have the chance to kill that.
Oh, Zol, you mean?
Yeah, Zolt.
Yeah. So the Slowking comes back out. That's a pretty
Oh
big crit.
my god! I was gonna say, I think it should live.
Yeah.
The
Even though
EQ
it
here.
lost the Shuka, it probably lives.
Yeah, it was at least probably kind of close.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
That's a huge
we
crit.
don't actually know if Sceptile is adamant right now.
It
or
might
like
not,
a
it might
plus
not.
attack.
Yeah, it might be mixed. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like mixed with minus Spidef or minus defense, just for how much it took from that Bolt Beak. But
Yeah. Well, honestly, looking at this team, you might even be able to run like minus speed. Because the fastest thing that I see is Thundy.
yeah.
I don't think there's anything faster on the back. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Unless he still has Keldeo. Not sure.
Well, I doubt Matt said.
Well,
anything
we'll have
about
to
that.
calc that crit later.
Think it mattered.
Nope. Not gonna do that.
Yeah, too bad. So the Aggron comes out, Mega into the Slowking, who takes nothing. What cover?
I feel
did
like
you
that's the
bring?
time you gotta rock again.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
He just did. Yeah. What do you bring on Aggron for a water psychic type?
Toxic.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it might have taunt, actually. Let me double check.
Yeah, but taunt doesn't help if you start spamming Scald, right?
Yeah, but you just taunt the teleport so that at least you know that you get the momentum.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna. Are you looking at it?
It does get taunt.
Yeah. Let me know when you're.
Interesting.
back
Yeah,
to
I'm
it.
good. I'm good.
So he does.
Yeah,
swap
because now this
back.
can teleport. Oh, it actually just doesn't. But you still win
Oh,
this.
yeah. I would think that you just keep clicking Scald either way.
Really?
What like? I mean, if you get toxic, it's Slowking. You use regen, right? Like toxic.
Yeah, the toxic doesn't matter.
So like,
it
what
would suck
are
to-
you afraid of staying in and clicking?
You're afraid of this clicking parting shot into Thunderous.
No, the Aggron. I mean, he
Yeah.
clicked Scald on Aggron, who swapped out.
Yeah, the
into
Scald is
Slowking.
fine. The Scald is fine. It doesn't matter. But you don't
Yeah.
keep clicking Scald here. You have to teleport.
No, yeah, dude, that's we haven't seen the next turn yet.
Yeah.
That Scald was the one on Aggron. And there's the Toxic. It's on a different mon.
Yep. This is fine.
He ports out. U-turn again. Okay. Matt is unwavering in his Silvally. Just kidding. Parting shot. Slower than Zap though. So
It's probably full bulk.
yeah, which means I guess it doesn't really say anything about Zap. He could be,
Yeah, Zap could be faster, but Savali definitely isn't.
yeah. Coming in on the Quake.
Zapdos doesn't really touch
Wait a
Rhyperior
minute,
with
actually.
anything.
That's kind of risky. I mean, that Gigalith is definitely like in range to just die to a rock move, right? If you have something, or even the Terra Water, smacking him.
PF says, the fuck is that good pivot alert thing? Oh, they don't know.
It's good pivot alert.
It's a good pivot alert.
It's just an alert. It's so you're aware of it. Sub Rhyperior. Oh boy. Do you think he Terra Waters now? No.
Wow. Does get the para though.
Did Lightning Rod should absorb the stack.
True, actually. You should get a
Um,
special attack boost.
How do you pronounce this?
Like this.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's rough. That's like the only thing you can say when you're the player that's getting the log. It's like, yeah, sorry, bud.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, sucks,
Yeah.
but like, I'm gonna take it.
Guys, look, good pivot alert.
I mean, that's the reason you run static, right? Is to get paralyzes sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I think it's more like that on top of also the crit before. It's like if it were just a
Gloaking
static,
crit
it's
as
one
well,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those moments.
back to Zap. Yep.
The Quake. We have seen SmackDown though.
Yeah. I mean, eventually. Yeah. Okay. The
Does he
roost is
just
fine.
click
It's probably
Smack?
smacks.
Oh. Probably.
It might have
though-
earthquake there.
Probability was 70% that he would do that. Yeah, he could have quaked.
SMH. And then does get
Does
the
he just
SmackDown.
not have an electric move, you think? You think he has Hurricane?
Probably Hurricane. But I feel like Hurricane is okay to get the confuse.
Yeah, but you missed.
And the substitute faded. How many U-turns did it take the Zapdos? 2 U-turns and a Heat Wave?
Yeah. I was just gonna, obviously the Heat Waves for the Aggron. So I'm just like wondering what the last move is. It's not Volt
It could be
Switch
Defog.
if it's U-turn. It could be Defog, yeah.
Ouch.
I guess
Ouch,
realistically, Electric is kind of risky against the Lightning Rod potential Rhyperior and a Volt
Yeah, and the
Absorb
Volt
Thundy. So I guess, and in a resist here, yeah, you know, I don't. It's probably fine. So just getting some healing. on
SmackDown
there.
is pretty free here. Yeah,
Wait a minute,
good smack.
Was that a boots sloking? I didn't check.
Oh, I didn't see. I don't think it is, actually.
I don't think so either because it's taking a lot. But I'm just curious if it's no, it's not. So normally Toxic not too bad on the regen, but Toxic plus the rocks is gonna make it
it's
hard to
really
keep
really
up.
adding up.
There's the SmackDown. U-turn. Back in, so he just dies.
Something dies unless
Rhyperior.
unless
dies.
yellow. Okay.
Oh, he subbed again, so he actually wasn't even trying to get the kill there. He said he subbed.
Yeah, sub is pretty good. Okay, Heat Wave
Oh,
missed.
Heat
This is
Wave
Justice. Oh, never mind. How many Heat Waves does it take? Oh my god.
How many full pairs does it take?
Oh no.
That's pretty bad.
Well,
that's pretty bad. Yeah, did you know that you could actually 1v1 Rhyperior with Heat Wave on Zapdos at 4%?
oh.
All you have
Yeah,
to
well, I
do
mean,
is-
if your
is bait
opponent
the Mega
isn't
Horn.
playing the game.
Yeah. Step 1, bait the Mega Horn. Step 2,
Yeah.
just spam Heat Wave. You got it.
The Defogger's down for Zeb, so Sceptile isn't going to get any more
Yeah.
use here. You have to just trade
Get whatever
damage.
leverage you can.
Oh, there is. I forgot Drill has spin. Switching out would have been tough for Drill because then it just means it has to spin before it does anything else.
That actually
Makes
makes
it
me
kinda
think that Zapdos probably isn't Defog, it's probably Hurricane. Because the Keldeo is the only thing that's weak to electric and it's also weak to flying. So there's really not any reason not to just run Hurricane. So yeah, he just goes down. I mean, realistically, you might just look at this and say that you don't really need him. I mean, maybe you want him for the Watershed Valley. But at 67%, you're probably just banking on the sand into the Excadrill anyway, because you know he can't send snow anymore. So he could just be saying, hey, I'm going to get whatever damage I can on this Aggron. And then go from there.
Yep. I think it's fine. Yeah, just trading damage. Like, Aggron isn't going to heal unless it's running rest. There's no wishers, so. No burns.
Yeah. Scalds off.
And wow, there's a fat 16%.
Crit burn.
And the burn.
And I think this actually, because now I'm remembering the replay, like I think that actually ends up mattering for one of these, right? Like it just doesn't.
No, this should die. Yeah. Sand.
Here's the
burn. Drill.
That just dies, yeah. Maybe it's a different one I saw where it was like, oh, that burned.
Hold on. Pause. Matt says, man, that burn mattered. I wonder what mattered about that burn.
Did we miss something here? So, multi-attack. Scald. Crit. Burn. He does get another chance to click it, but it doesn't matter because the Gigalith died.
It kills the Gigalith.
So it doesn't matter.
The 12% chip that it took from burn wouldn't have saved it from this earthquake.
Yeah.
Do you think he's saying that he would have switched into Thunderous to keep Silvally around?
Maybe.
I think that's extremely risky.
Well, because once the Gigalith is down, maybe you're thinking if there's an opportunity to stall it out until Sand's up, that you could do something. But then, like, if you're giving him that many turns, just like swapping around, he just clicks Rapid Spin once and he still outspeeds you, right?
Yeah. Maybe if Excadrill had the luxury of clicking Rapid Spin there, because of the burn, that would have been, I think that would have mattered, but it didn't click Rapid Spin, so.
Yeah, but that could have also influenced his decisions.
Yeah, I guess the double protect.
Yo, is Matt the luckiest player in this league?
Yep.
Jesus. That's so bad.
Gets flinched.
That is really, really bad. Just kill me. It's better than fuck you.
True. Okay, so this Sand has been successfully killed.
Yeah, but so is his
there's no way
entire
that
team.
mattered. There's no way that crit mattered.
Bye, Sand. But yeah, you still have a full health Clef in a not set up.
Terraflash just Okos too.
Wait, hold on. I want to.
Okay, I'm convinced that Rock Slide flinch didn't matter.
So.
Well, actually.
You figure here, you still have Aggron at 39%.
Yeah.
Excadrill's dead if he doesn't flinch, right? Because you take the rush.
Yeah, it'll click Terra Blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is click Sludge Bomb for Clef, or because Clef can't 1v1 the Aggron. Like Clef dies to this Aggron.
It's pretty low. We don't know if Aggron has Heavy Slam.
That's true. I mean, it probably does. You're going against
it probably does. I think it at least gets a move off, because at the same time, we don't know if Clef has Fire Blast.
Yeah, but we've never seen the Clef come out, so we don't know if Aggron would come out in response to it.
Yeah, it could be Badiri.
I think
it could be...
But also, they still have to survive Sludge Bomb into whatever Aggron hits.
Well, no, it'll be faster than Aggron.
Well, it won't kill Aggron, though.
Well, it could if it has Fire Blast, is what I'm saying.
Fire Blast kills it at 39, even with Filter?
Surely. I mean, if you're running Body Press, you're probably either Spadef Iron Defense, which I don't think you are if you have Rocks, or you're full defense.
We'll see the sets here.
Yeah, we'll see at the end.
Either way, I think it is a different game if the Exca goes down, because this is a toxic Slowking.
Yeah, you probably have time to make the play of like teleporting
Swapping,
from...
It would have to be Aggron coming in on Clef, and that would be your opportunity to be able to do that. Yeah. But definitely gets riskier. So there's this last year just kills. So okay, we already know how that goes.
Yeah, that just died to a Moonblast. So okay, it was Soft Sand.
It did have Heavy Slam.
Had Heavy Slam with no attack invest though. Yeah, but I think that HP. Speed invest might be outspeeding no speed Clef. Let me double check. It has 96. In the meantime, can you check how much speed Aggron has? Or sorry, can you check how much speed Clef has?
None.
0?
Yeah, not negative though.
Aggron outspeeds Clef.
Yeah, so that's probably what that's for.
Okay, and then what was the item? It was Boots. Boots unaware.
It did a flamethrower. But not Fire Blast.
So it has to survive.
Well, there's no way to survive
the Heavy Slam.
It has to survive a Sludge Bomb. It has to survive a Sludge Bomb into a Heavy Slam.
Oh, you're right. And then it depends on... Well,
it's
Aggron
at 46%.
Slowking, though.
Slowking's at 18%, and if Clef dies, it has nothing to swap around with regen at.
It's at 30.
I guess it'll come. Yeah, it'll come in at 30. What's the rest of?
Or sorry, it'll be at 50 minus 12, so 38 or so.
What's the rest of Slowking's set? Whose team am I looking at? Here we go. Oh, that's Galar.
And it has Slack, so you can Slack turn 1.
Yeah.
And then start scalding. And you'll get at least 2 scalds off, and that should kill Aggron.
Yeah, you get and even
And you have the burn
you have
chance.
the burn.
Yeah.
What was the rest of
So
it?
I don't think it's as simple as it seemed. Maybe the burn on Silvally meant that you
Yeah,
just wanted to
he
sack
resists
it.
everything.
But I feel like
yeah.
sacking or switching out, risking damage on Thundy to keep Silvally around might have ended up being worse for you in the long run.
Yeah. Well, you mean after the burn already though?
Yeah, like if there was no burn, Matt may have been
if there was no
incentivized
burn.
to keep
Yeah.
Silvally around.
Right, yeah.
And try and make a play to switch into Thunderous on the Excadrill Earthquake. Which it did click Earthquake that turn, so...
Though, to be fair, Silvally doesn't hit Slowking either. Silvally being alive at this point doesn't help him.
I think it will help, though, because Slowking is on a timer, and it gives you an extra turn of it has to take extra toxic damage.
Yeah, in terms of an extra Mon on the field, sure. You're saying, like, if he took the risk and went Thundy, who wouldn't die, right? Though, actually, wait. Did he click Quake or did he click Rock Slide? Because I thought he clicked Quake. Oh,
on the turn that he killed Silvally, he clicked Quake.
He did, okay.
Which is the turn that Thundy would have come in if Matt was trying to make a play.
Yeah, he did click Quake. Yeah, Silvally wasn't burned. He probably keeps it alive then. Mm-hmm. But he might also know that he needs Thundy to kill Slowking, so maybe that's another reason why he didn't want to risk it. But
yeah, possibly. I mean, realistically, all of this only happened, and Slowking was only around in this endgame because of the crazy para-hacks on Rhyperior. Which it felt like on all of the key turns.
Yeah. So like
there
4
was
in a row.
Always, yeah. Well, like the
you mean the 4 turns that Zapdos was at
4%? Yeah, one of those. Exactly one of those.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, DJ Barara, what's up? This was an insane battle. You're right. Coming in at the tail end. So guys, I do want to say GG.
I think Matt's joining is justified. I think in this one.
Yeah.
I think I gotta give it to him.
It does feel bad that the para-hacks happened, and I do think that the game was heavily influenced by it, because if Slowking was down, let's just say it was soft sand, DJ. Let's say that it's just moderate hacks, and you get like
it was solid rock, by the way. It was not like rock.
If you get an appropriate amount of paralyzes, like 1 in 3 approximately, right? You probably get to kill the Slowking. Mm-hmm. Now, like we said, I'm not sure if the Slowking being dead changes the outcome. Maybe I think with Aggron being so low and outspeeding Clef as well, maybe having the Slowking would have mattered. It didn't in this game, just because the Clef didn't die.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an interesting.
That was our hustle game. Or sorry, our All-Star game. I'm still getting tripped up about that, by the way. I always
here's the hustle game now. This is our hustle game.
Oh yeah. So once again, unfortunately, we didn't have a hustle submission, so we just picked one, and we had the pleasure of having everybody all together for this battle. I think we watched him play it like over Thanksgiving weekend or something. Because we had a whole bunch of people over at my girlfriend's in the States. So like Royce and Goder and Lizzie and I were all down there.
So you were
watching him play.
True Thanksgiving.
Worse Thanksgiving. Colder Thanksgiving.
It is a little colder. So we have the Terra Ghost, Stack Attacka, which I know because there's an icon next to him now.
True. This is really just a toady buff, this replay adjustment.
This is massive. Now, here's where the buff gets a little testy. Did he forget to change it to Stellar, or is this Moltres a Terra Captain?
I think it's actually a captain. Let me check. Oh, it's not.
He just forgot.
It's Terra Hoopa and Terra Stack Attacka.
Bro is cheating with the fake Terra Captain.
Fake out is a completely legal move.
I said fake Terra Captain.
Yeah, and he's using a fake out.
He's not using a fake out. He's lying.
No, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
you can't do that.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. I don't know who the captains are on this team though.
It's Halucha, actually.
So it's okay. So it's just flying.
Just Lucha.
I guess it's fair. It's not his primary stat, so that makes sense. Or not stat, you know what I mean? Primary type.
Yeah.
Leads here. Rocky boy, get some rocks up. And didn't Royce just pick up a second rocker? Or no, that was a different team. They had the Sec attacker that needed a second rocker because he is guard.
Yeah, I think it might have been Bobo. I don't remember though.
Yeah, because he has a guard chomp, so.
Yeah.
And is this Mega? Does it even let you
yes.
set a Terra type for a Mega?
It does.
So that is Mega.
Because technically, you don't have to, like, I know that
Yeah,
Megas
you could
can't
not
Terra.
Mega and Terra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, something holding the Mega Stone can still Terra.
Right.
Okay, I think that... Okay, looking at Vikavolt, I think that's probably the... I don't want to say obviously, but that's the lead that you want to beat because it's the Weber.
Yeah.
Swampert can only do that with a Rindo Berry if you want to trade like rocks for webs.
Mm-hmm.
I would stay away from trying to make that trade and go for actually you don't. You kind of just don't have a good lead into Vikavolt though.
Depends on what your sets
dies.
are. Weavile could do like a fake out. Speaking of fake out, could do like fake out into something that kills, right? But you know, break a
maybe
stash.
it's no bulk. I feel like a full bulk Vikavolt can take anything that Weavile does.
Yeah.
Or maybe like Sash SD. But the webs still get up at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe
but if the webs get up and you have Sash SD and he didn't hit you, then that's still a pretty good position for you.
Yeah, there's a Garchomp though, so you're never cleaning at that point because of ref skin.
That's only if they proc the Sash though, which they didn't proc the Sash.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like if he puts webs up, but then again, you probably wouldn't run Sash Weavile against a Garchomp, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Then again, if
and
you
Helmet's
set up,
a really common item I'm using too.
If you set up though and do just like Icicle Crash or Ice Shard, then you're not making contact.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, I could see like a sub Dragonite being a decent lead. Otherwise, I don't really see too much for the Vikavolt lead.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's find out. Yeah, there's the Vikavolt into the Pert. So you think he's just running the grass coverage?
I think it'll have Energy Ball, yeah.
And this is Mega Pert.
No, it's
just base.
It's base. Yep.
Let's find out. Yeah, he swaps. So I guess he wasn't expecting it, or is he just kind of scouting to see like, okay, yeah, he's doing this.
Maybe he wasn't expecting.
Ooh,
that's a crit. Is that Assault Vest? That doesn't do very much damage. Or maybe it's uninvested Vikavolt. It could be bulky with Roost.
Maybe. Goes straight into the Keezing. So that's... I guess it's because you're not clicking Double Iron Bash on the type that resists it, but...
The electric type, yeah.
I wonder...
I think a rock move is fine, but I'm questioning whether Rock Tomb is the right choice.
Yeah, maybe it might be for something specific, like the bundle, maybe.
DJ says Defog Dragonite or Nova removal is interesting. He's forgetting about Mold Breaker Halucha. But no, I agree.
Here's a Defog.
Well, Iron Bash does a bajillion. Wait, it's burned and it still does a bajillion. Okay, that's gotta be maybe Punching Glove then instead of Vest.
Does he just die through it? Yeah.
It kills through the Pain Split? Holy crap.
That's crazy. Well, hey, I think you got some value out of the Melm, even if you got burned, right? Like, you killed the thing that it came in for.
Oh!
And you Ice Punched. And that has to be Punching Glove then, right?
It's gotta be Punching Glove at this point. Well, it was Mega, so it doesn't have Rough Skin anymore.
Oh, yeah. And it wouldn't
actually, if you have Rough Skin, it will announce why the Pokemon didn't take...
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Or no, it only does that with protective pads, actually. Which is weird.
Oh, does it not do it with Punching Glove?
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think it does.
This is interesting. So, okay, so the Garchomp swaps out Ice Spinner. I guess Ice Spinner might be to like maybe to end terrain early for Willow to come back in, but then you're kind of screwed in Holy Joe. Whatever. Watch this.
Yeah, I feel like you would probably want Ice Punch if you want a fully accurate move.
Yeah. This is a Terra Ghost Stakateka. You're in a rough spot because he's dark. So you don't necessarily want to go straight into the Ghost type, but also, like, you survive something in Ghost. He goes for the low kick.
Oh!
And he's dead, but that's massive.
Insane. Oh, hold on. That damage makes me think that it was like Expert Belt Weavile. Wait, did it take rocks?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like maybe it's Expert Belt then.
Your favorite item?
I hate that item.
There's the low kick body part. Yeah, you take that, right? You just assume, like,
That's crazy.
If you don't kill, that's a huge trade.
Yeah, that was really a read though. If
he does,
actually, I'm not too sure. If it terras and takes a knockoff, I actually think it takes less damage than a non-terra taking a low kick.
Oh, it definitely does. Yeah, because he's 4 times weak to fighting. That's what I'm saying. Where it's like I think you still just click terra here. like
I agree.
If the thing that you're most afraid of is a knockoff that's not gonna kill you, and you're gonna body press him back and definitely kill him, like why risk it, right? Yeah, that might have even been a roll to kill. We don't know.
Maybe actually, yeah. Well, we can count that later.
So the flip turn, yeah, he's just done.
Flip turn just kills.
He's gone. He's out.
Do you think it lives if it's Ghost type?
It lives a knock, I'm sure.
Like, do you think it lives this flip turn at 4% if it was Ghost type?
Oh. Yeah, probably.
No.
I don't think it does.
Yeah. Okay.
It's neutral to it. Pert has good base attack. It's not like a,
Yeah, it's not an actual wet noodle.
It's not like a Vaporeon flip turn.
Yeah.
I think it dies either way. It's the outrage. Okay. I wonder, does Royce have a fairy? Or I guess he does. It's the Wheezing.
Outrage into Wheezing is pretty sus because Wheezing's like I feel like you run Outrage when you are in a matchup where they don't have a strong fairy.
Yeah. Or I mean, it could just be banded.
Bringable.
It could just be banded, and Outrage is like the 4th move. That it's just like, hey, if we get rid of Wheezing early, sure, we'll spam some Outrage.
True.
Like
Dragon Claw, Earthquake.
Yeah, he might have.
Bead.
Yeah.
No, then you're on extreme speed at that point. I don't know. Who cares?
It could be. He could just not have another Dragon move, right? Where it's like you're
just not having a Dragon move. Yeah.
Like if Wheezing is still alive, you're not clicking the Dragon move anyway. If that's your assumption, and then if he's dead, you click Outrage.
Very true.
So, but now the drawback here is that if you don't kill, you get burned.
Well, that did nothing, so it's definitely not banded.
Oh, and he's not Wisp. I guess he's Wisp.
Roosting is fine.
Yeah, because then you're just baiting out the flame body burn at that point. But then
you have a chance.
Oh, okay. I guess Wisp is this team very physical? I mean, I know this team is.
It looks extremely physical.
But does he have anything outside of these guys that would be?
Dre also has Iron Moth and Hatterene. Those are the only special attackers.
Yeah, Wisp looks really good in this team then.
Yeah.
That's why he's running on 2 mons.
Funny enough, both of the special attackers are immune to the Wisp.
That is
the Stone Edge did 25?
That Vikavolt would have taken nothing from the Rock Slide. Or from the Rock Tomb.
From the Rock Tomb? Yeah.
Would have taken absolutely nothing.
I mean, it is burned Swampert that I Hydro Cannon.
That's true. But it's also a difference between Hydro. It's Pokemon Go. It's Shadow Swampert.
Oh my god. Hydro Cannon. I don't remember the last time we've seen this move clicked.
What did I run it on? I ran it on a silly set once.
I think we've seen Zathandis run like Blast Burn Charizard or something like that before.
I mean, at that point, like, you might be just clicking the move because you know you're gonna die the next turn anyway, right? So click the stronger one. I remember. I ran it on a regular Samurott in my other draft because I was doing a funny scarf. It was not Last Resort. Final Gambit Copycat. And so he was just a Scarf Samurott, and I just needed to fill the rest of the moves because I just had Copycat, and then I had Hydro Cannon, Tackle, and like Water Gun or something. I was like, yeah.
That's funny.
I see it a lot. Like if you ever play the Pokemon Go PvP League, which I don't really play a lot. I only do it for like the rewards sometimes. Hydro Cannon is like the signature move that all the water starters get. It's like you can like it like charges super fast, does a ton of damage, and Swampert's attack, like base attack, is just so high. It's way too fast. It's way too fast for him on like Swampert.
Oh, like in Go.
Yeah. So he's been meta for a while just because it's like way too strong to have a move that strong on its own that also charges as fast as it does. And then they give him like Ice Punch to just like cover everything else, like the water types. Like, all right,
yeah, just because why not?
No, he's just broken. So
damn.
But yeah, that's why. Not surprised to see a Swampert with Hydro Cannon, but maybe a little surprised in this context.
To see it here,
yeah. So all right, so we just saw the Stone Edge.
Oh,
yeah, it was burned. Hydro Cannon
Two
missed
misses.
Twice.
Oh man,
that's crazy. But you don't have to recharge if you miss. So that's nice.
Yeah, true.
Outrage, not gonna do a lot. Roosting. Ooh, this is a rough spot for the Dragonite now. He has to stay in on this, and he's just taking Rocky Helmet. That's a huge net win for the Vikavolt.
Is that a Rocky Helmet on the Fizz one?
Yeah. And he keeps going for it. He actually just keeps clicking the Outrage. He's gonna end up...
This might be Scarf Dragonite then.
Maybe, but like you know he's just roosting. Why not just go into Hawlucha or something? Like he's gonna end in the same spot, right? He ended at 89%. You gained nothing by doing that, except Roost PP, which who cares, right? Like doesn't matter. Woodhammer crit.
Oh my god, that's got to be banned.
Yeah, ban it. Yeah, get rid of it. It's banned. So the recoil,
so much recoil.
The recoil of Rocky Helmet.
The Grassy Seed.
Grassy Seed Moltres. Flamethrower, yeah, just get the kill in the sense of burning. And now the Grassy Seed.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. So he wisps. He wisps. Did you just SD again?
Yes.
Like, what else do you have to lose at this point? You go into Terrifying, so
you
can't kill you.
Here.
Yeah. But you do have Burn chipping you down. Well, no, Grassy.
Hey, I don't know if Acro kills. Stone Edge sure does, though. I don't think that crit mattered.
No, probably not. Because you're effectively at +2 right now. That miss mattered, though. Why
well, I think you're actually Oh!
Something else.
No, he can't click anything else.
Why not?
Or it dies the helmet and burn.
Well, do we know what the rest of the moves are?
Well, it just can't make contact. I'm assuming that has acrobatics at the very and probably close combat. And you can't roost right now on the Vikavolt. Well, I mean, I guess
you could, because
you lose your flying, but you don't gain anything. You're gonna take a lot of damage.
Yeah, unfortunate that you also don't get your Grassy Terrain recovery because that would offset the burn.
True. No, that had to be Stone Edge, and if that Stone Edge connects, I think it should. Hawlucha should just kill the bundle too with close combat. Check the Hawlucha set. See if it had close combat.
Yeah. So it had to. So here's the question. You know that like before the burn happens at just completely neutral, does Stone Edge ever kill here? Just without any boost? Like before this, does Stone Edge kill here? Assuming no crit, which obviously it was a crit.
If I were to guess, I'd say it's close, but it doesn't do the job. Let me check here.
Because what I'm wondering is
it full defense Moltres?
I would think it took some pretty heavy hits before from like I think it took like 50% from Outrage.
Can you check the...
Yeah. Yeah, it's full defense. I mean, why wouldn't you run full defense Moltres?
Yeah. Okay, Stone Edge does have a roll to kill, but it's pretty bad. Because it was at, what, 87 or something, the Moltres?
87, yeah. And plus 1 defense. And plus 1 defense.
Oh, and +1. Then
So
there's
that
no
it
way
never
it
does.
goes.
Yeah, I didn't even think of the
Yeah.
+1 defense.
It's
So
52 to 62.
so the other question though is that okay? So you let's say you hit the Stone Edge, you get burned. Surely the Vikavolt is dead at 16% to just click like acrobatics, right? Even if you're burned with no boost.
Mhm.
Does Bundle survive a burned CC?
With how much boost?
No boost. Like we're saying that like if he just went for the Stone Edge, didn't ever boost attack. Like,
Hold
we're
up. Before we look at that, the crit on Moltres actually super mattered.
even after +2. Oh yeah, because of the defense
At
boost.
+4, it's at +4 when burned. You have and against +1 defense, it's the same roll as no boost on either of them. So it's 76.7 to 90.3. So if Moltres is at 87,
I thought if you SD twice, it's basically like SDing once if you're burned, or is it?
no,
is it
it's
less?
it's like +1.
Oh, okay.
Because think about every boost you get is also cut in half, right, from the burn.
So then it just becomes the original roll, which you said was like not favored for.
It's the original calc, which is in favor of Moltres. It's
Yeah.
a 25% chance to KO Moltres if it hits.
Yeah.
So the crit actually did matter. So I feel a little less badly now for Dre because they were, I mean, not necessarily only in that position. You could have just hit the roll, but you got to get super lucky to hit that roll in the first place.
And hit the move, which you didn't.
Yeah, you have to hit the move and the 25% roll or the crit.
Yeah. Yeah, because then I was just trying to think if oh, where's the bundle? That's what I was gonna look at. It's on this.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't calc the bundle.
So bundle has no defensive investment aside from force def. So just
How
out of
much-
curiosity, a burned
You're saying
Halucha,
unboosted?
burned Halucha, who I don't know if he was adamant or not. Did you check adamant for that other rule?
It is adamant.
It is okay, yeah.
CC does just Oko bundle with no boosts.
And burn.
Oh, and burn.
Like if he's burned,
If he's burned, it doesn't KO.
it doesn't. Okay. Because that was gonna say, I was saying that was like maybe the other path is that if he Stone Edges once, gets burned, Stone Edges again, kills Moltres, kills Vikavolt. Is there a world where CC just kills bundle?
I see. No, it doesn't kill.
So yeah, so he had to do the boosting first.
Yeah. So I think the crit on Moltres made the game seem a lot
closer.
A lot closer and a lot more winnable for Dre. I do think Royce just had it in the bag here.
Yeah.
And the crit made it look like there was an out. And I think, like we said, +4 and burned is the same roll as unboosted, so it does KO.
It's not the same roll as unboosted. It's the same roll as +1, but Moltres had +1 defense.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah,
So
either way.
In this case, the Lucha does kill bundle.
Yeah. After all the boost, yeah. But he would have to hit the Stone Edge.
Yeah.
Here, which he doesn't. Because he couldn't. Yeah. Because that was the other thing that I was wondering, like, he would have more health, right, if he just started attacking the Moltres. But, yeah. So. He's dead, though. That's too bad. That was a good replay, though. Bundle didn't come out. Remember when I said that Bundle's really good and he just sits in the back most of the time?
Yeah, I think in all of Royce's games, I think there was a stat that he mentioned after this game. I don't think Bundle's come out of its Pokeball for any of Royce's wins.
Yeah, it just sits there, and then it's like your opponent has to do so much work to keep a win con with Bundle sitting there.
Yeah, and Royce is 4-1 right now, by the way.
So you never have to hit a Hydro Pump because the assumption is always that you still need to beat the Bundle.
True.
So yeah. All right, next replay.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks to nobody for submitting that because I picked it.
It was a good pick. This is our first time watching Kai Guy this year, which I was surprised about. I thought we already watched one.
Yeah, we haven't seen Kai Guy on stream once this season, which is kind of crazy.
And then Lethal Blue, did we see any of his? I can't remember. I know we haven't.
Saw Lethal week 1.
Okay, yeah. So I thought one of them was a repeat. So we got the Terra Fairy Shaman, Terra Dark, Landorus Incarnate, and Terra Ghost Glowking. Did I do that right? Oh, no.
Definitely not Glowking.
That was Sunny T. Shoot.
That's a Thunderous, yeah.
Shit, I thought wait.
Okay, maybe Toadie's not as buffed with this update as we thought.
So, wait. It looks... That is Annihilate, right? Steel.
Yep.
Hold on,
Well, that's Aggron.
No, that is. This is Annihilate. Isn't it? Hold on, let me check something. I'm just gonna see what this is. Yeah, it's Annihilate. I know those coordinates well. That's Annihilate, so, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, it is just Thundy, right? On this team?
Yeah.
Okay. Regular Chomp?
And it's regular Chomp.
And Mega Aggro. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have the
Mega Aggron.
Yep,
and then it's Mega Mawile as well.
I think either of these guys rock. You could even lead the Mawile if you wanted to have rocks on that too. Not that you always have room for it, but like getting the Intimidate on one of these two, and then getting like set up like that might not be a bad turn one.
I'm not sure if I like leading Mawile into how good this Aggron lead looks.
Yeah, I'm just wondering that we're like if you intimidate the Aggron, like, are you super concerned about him? He's hitting you neutrally.
With Heavy Slam, yeah. Earthquake is still super. And what are you doing back to it?
Yeah.
Are you Fire Fanging it?
You could also just intimidate and not Mega. Just lead the
and then just switch
and
it.
Swap, yeah.
Switch
then,
it.
Then he just gets then he just gets free rocks, but like
yeah,
you might be getting free rocks either way.
I think it has to be like special Lando then.
Yeah, it would, like somebody has to either kill him or he's getting the rocks, or Annihilate actually, if he's not running Taunt or Toxic. But you could be like Resto Chesto and not.
Yeah, also toxic. True.
But let's see. Lando leads into the Aggron. Yeah, okay. So he's out of there. He knows. Into the Ogre-Prawn. Ooh.
U-turn's a good lead.
What is going on here? What is going on here?
Oh wait, I remember this.
We got Leechgrave. It's pretty sick
all of
name.
Lethal's nicknames are callbacks to Kai Guy's streams.
Is that
so?
Am I the asshole?
No. It says, and it's the Arcanine PC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Wow.
It's how he leads out a bunch of his videos for the NBA. He names his team in the NBA the Arcanine PC.
Oh my gosh. And he knows the whole phrase, and so he put it into Wait, so what was who else was out? Today we have
That's all we see so far.
All right, and then Blissey. We got Blissey as well.
Yeah, what it does, DJ, is it matches player 1 to player 2.
Yeah.
So like for example,
yeah, we talked about how we can flip these and they would be correct.
Yeah, Lethal is in the player 1 slot right now. So it's tough if you switch them around. It's unintuitive either way it goes because of how the battle looks. Which
but
sucks.
We're redeemed by the icons, so now I don't care. Okay, so the Mawile came out. We got this might have gone an extra turn back, or no, that was just the U-turn. Okay.
That U-turn was insane though.
Yeah.
Really crazy read.
Intimidate gets the Mawile out into Stomping Tantrum. Does not do it. Whoa, it's like lagging.
Oh yeah, that was kind of laggy for me.
I'm just gonna go back a turn. Try again.
Yeah, you sounded like a robot for a minute there.
Oh, did I? So maybe it's just my internet.
Yeah.
I might have dropped some frames. Stomping Tantrum. It looks smooth that time.
Just negative. Rocks. Baton Pass. Interesting.
Baton Pass. So you just kind of scouting it. I guess you're thinking.
Again.
Maybe,
sheesh. So that's Scarf.
Maybe you're thinking that it's going to swap after the Intimidate. So that's why you Baton Pass? You end up eating a hit. It's not a strong hit, but still, what happens here, I think you say it's still worth it, right? Like, you'll take that 30%.
If anything, it actually ended up being better for Lethal that he Baton Passed there, because he basically just killed the the pawn the same way that Mawile would have, except got to choose what stayed in that turn. The negative is now Kaigai knows that it's Scarf Ape. And knowing the item
But
of
who else?
Annihilate takes a lot of builder problems off.
That's true.
Or
Yeah,
team-
you're not as worried
playing.
about it. But overall, it's like he already got the thing that he needed to snipe with a scarf, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I guess
it just
Thundy,
means
too.
it never has a way to actually, like, really beat Alomomola.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
And
You
the
know what's
Toxic
weird?
are gonna do more.
So the Thundy's Ghost, right?
Mhm.
That's the move that Annihilate's already going to hit him with, is the Ghost move.
Mm,
You have to be very certain that you're killing the Annihilate. And this is before you know he's Scarf, right? Because if he's Scarf
Yeah.
and the Thundy's not, then he kills you now with, like, just Rage Fist if he takes a hit somewhere.
I think the point of
if
the
you're
Ghost
outspeeding
is...
him.
Go ahead.
No, I'm curious.
Yeah, I think the point of the Ghost is more for Blissey. You can, like, sub on it,
Yeah.
and it can't ever hit you with Seismic Toss. It already can't T-Wave you, but you can immune the Toxic with a sub. You can get a Nasty Plot. And then you're just behind a sub for
Yeah.
free.
That makes sense. But I would also think that Thundy's kind of like your best answer for Annihilate as a special attacking flying type.
Really?
I think so.
So, like, if
you
it
have the
was more
Lele.
flying, you mean?
You have the Lele. Yeah, I was thinking the like a Terra Flying Thundy would be like a good Annihilate answer.
Yeah.
But you do have a Lele, which has like the two other things that Annihilate's weak to.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a Scarf Lele, which would outspeed a Scarf
I would imagine
Annihilate.
I would imagine so. If I'm against an Annihilate, I would probably run Scarf Lele.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so the Glow King comes in. I think they both came in on a... Oh, it was the U-turn
whoa.
into the... Second. Wait.
Yeah.
So why did he... So the Kai Guy had full choice of like who to come in on the Glow King.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was after the pivot. So he sends out the Garchomp and they just immediately swap.
It's a scout. He's scouting the Shuka Berry.
The Ice Beam or... Yeah. Or the Shuka. Oh, that's right. This is Glow... Dude, it's pink. I was like thinking that it was regular Slowking. It's shiny. It's
Pink, like all of them.
No, isn't regular looking more like purple?
No, it's still pink. It's just this is a more gross purpley hue.
Maybe it's
More
maybe
magenta,
the
I
hat
guess.
is a similar color to the Slowking one. Either way, I was not thinking that he was weak to ground when he was sitting in front of the Garchomp. So,
These rocks are pretty big. There's not really a way of removing them. And I think Kaigai just knows straight up that this Slowking is trying to be a lure for Garchomp.
yeah.
And its leftover is Lando.
Both get
Trades
defogs.
rocks
I wonder
for a
if he
heavy
has
slime.
defog
That's a
then.
50.
It would be kind of silly if he had defog after putting rocks up though. And now he's dead.
So these rocks are staying up for 100% then.
Yeah. But
Unless it's, like,
realistically,
defog Thundy.
resist might be boots. Right? Like it might not be a huge deal.
Yep. Yeah, this doesn't kill if you U-turn.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep Aggron around. You have to just hit it. Yeah, this is a misplay from Lethal, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say because he
If
he already knows your scarf. You're not showing anything by like.
Yeah, he knows your scarf. I think trying to kill Aggron is always the play. I don't think it should be with your known Scarfer. Like, if this was not revealed to be Scarf
Right.
yet,
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
this was
maybe
on
this is a
revenge.
play you can make. Because then you just click Drain Punch or Close Combat, and Kaigai doesn't necessarily know that you're
Right.
Scarf still.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe
But
you're
because-
acknowledging too that if this is a scarf Lele who outspeeds you, Annihilate maybe did its job with the stomping tincture. Like Aggron's almost dead. You're not killing Aloma Mola if it's Fizdef. You're not really hitting Garchomp, who has the I mean, you are hitting him, right? Like I don't want to say that you're not hitting him at all, but like the problem mons that Annihilate's here to deal with are pretty much dealt with. And you kind of just don't want a case where you click the Drain Punch, or because I don't know if Rage Fist even kills, he's not boosted at all. If you click the Drain Punch with the CC, and then Lele comes in, say it's not Scarf, it just starts clicking Calm Mind, and you're choice scarfed into Drain Punch. Maybe that's the concern with doing that, with finishing off. But then just don't go into Annihilate.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Is I think you have to go into something that can kill Aggron here at 10%, but
wait,
isn't Annihilate.
There's a wish that could go to this Aggron. Yeah, not killing the Aggron when there's an Alomomola on the other team that can wish him back up. That's a huge risk. He's just staying in, which is actually surprising when you have an Alomomola who has not hit the field yet.
That's true. I'm actually just surprised that Aloe hasn't been in yet.
Yeah. I mean, what have we seen? Mawile. I guess
like it would have been good
and Annihilate. Lando. Well, it's a special Lando.
Yeah.
It's an Aloe mostly physical.
Not sure. Not too sure.
Well,
I will admit I did forget that there was a Wish Passer around.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily true that Aggron is completely out of the game.
Right.
That's
what I was like, wait a minute, there is a wish. But either way, it's still, again, like if you're trying to bait it out, just don't. I agree still that the Annihilate, but I don't think was the right mon to bring out there. You either go for something that's going to get the kill without a risk.
Power.
Yeah, but he just lets it die. Maybe he's thinking that the heavy slam kills, but
it is a speed tie between them. So we don't know what the speed creep is. Maybe Kagai went for the tie or has some creep.
Yeah.
And then Mawile just has more. Not sure. We can check that in the post.
Or maybe Mawile's just said, fuck the creep, let's do a bulk set, right?
True. I'm not...
What's up, YouTube? So okay,
I'm not certain about sacking Mawile here, though.
Yeah, Mawile already did.
It is
Steel type against the Psychic Fairy.
Well, like especially when you have the Shaman here, and it's Terra Fairy with Air Balloon. That's very intentional.
Is that
right?
what it is?
Yeah. It showed the balloon here, and then we went back to burn. And it has the Iron Head anyways, so it's all good. So maybe this would have been bad if I had made this play.
Well,
so pause for a sec.
It's still a good thing to bring in on the Quake. Right? Like
right, but it might not be Quaking, it might be Swords Dancing. I think that's super risky.
That's true, yeah.
But you technically could just lose the game off of a Swords Dance here, because this Iron Head would have at least a roll to kill. It might be a roll, but you still have a flinch chance to kill too.
Yeah.
But I think the Mawile is still useful as a Sucker Punch bot into
Well, we don't know
Scale
what the rest
Shot
of the Mawile set is. Because it was already Baton passes. I really have room for everything I want to run. Play Rough.
Maybe not.
Iron Head. It would have to be Sucker as the last, but it could be Fire. What is it? Fire Punch? What does it run?
Fire Fang?
Fire
for
Fang.
Aggron?
Yeah, is that what
Focus
Mawile
Punch?
runs?
Yeah, either Fire Fang or Focus Punch.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if it just doesn't have Sucker. But we'll see. So he goes into the... Oh, whoa!
Wait. Oh. Okay, so I don't think that was the intended interaction there. I think the grassy terrain...
Yeah, because you would think that the Garchomp just stays in and Iron Heads you again? Because it will outpace the Leech Seed, right?
Yes. Well, okay, but it's also risking being Terra Fairy Gleamed, though. Which I'm pretty sure will just kill Chomp.
82%, though.
It's Terra Fairy. You know?
Gleam is 80 base power.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that kills.
It's just
it'll
regular
depend
stab.
It'll depend on both of their investments, but I do think it kills. Chomp's weakest stat is its special defense.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So maybe he did call it out then. If you really think he's gonna swap, who else comes in?
Maybe. That's kind of crazy.
If it's a spit, maybe it's a Calm Mind. Yeah, well, Light Screen.
Okay, so it's not Scarf.
Yeah. Leech Seed, Toxic, both up. But then you just swap out, you have your screens.
Yeah, Leech again.
Yeah. On the Aloe, that would be a huge healing from Leech.
Nice.
It's gonna heal. It's gonna feed families with that Leech Seed.
I think you stay in and start setting off Seed Flares.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, rocks. He said Gur.
Not rocks. Not rock or not boots. So okay, let's see something.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to get the turn order down here. Right. So pivot was on the swap.
Yep.
Into the Thundy. So
Thundy
this is
Cannon.
now the new turn where Annihilate then swaps out.
Yep. It hard swaps
into
Blissey.
I am your coach.
But this is exactly what
that's what you're talking
what
about.
this Thundy was built for, was abusing this Blissey.
Ooh, yeah, he's gone. He's out of there. And the
there it is.
It's like dude, did you watch this replay, man? Did you
I mean, you see
this?
Terra Ghost with a setup on, a special attacker setup on into a Blissey, and you can kind of infer.
Oh, that kind of killed. Yeah, he's kind of dead there. What else do you have? You just
and this outspeeds everything except for Scarf 8.
So, surely you have another move that hits Blissey, though, right?
To hit the Blissey? I would hope so.
But, like, what move would that be?
T-Bolt.
So why wouldn't you click T-Bolt here?
Yeah, T-Bolt is stronger, eh?
Yeah.
And you have a pair chance. Yeah, this should have been T-Bolt, just for
that's
the
what, well, that's what I'm wondering, though. Is T-Bolt the last move? Or is something?
Yeah, true.
Is it Focus
You're
Blast?
saying, like, it would have... Oh, the Future Sight.
Oh, I forgot about that. So, is it Focus Blast?
Oh, you might be right.
Because then you don't want to risk the miss.
Yeah, because otherwise, Kaigai would have clicked it there.
Yeah, and he's Scarf. We know he's Scarf, and we know he's not faster.
Yeah, and this Rage Fist has one boost.
Dead. Wait, is it? No. Is this all rocks? Or no, wait.
No, it got hit once. By
flip turn. Actually, so he said Gur, but that was actually a pretty good move to get hit by.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rage Fist dead.
That kills.
I mean, at this point, though, like, you know he's scarfed into Rage Fist. Surely, Alomomola takes a 100 base power Rage Fist.
Yes.
Are you wish passing to some? Or you just go Chomp, right? Chomp.
I think you go Chomp.
Rough Skin will punish it. Yeah. Chomp's probably the safe option here. He doesn't survive two, but you take something here. Yeah.
Scale Shot is risky because if you miss, it's over. But if you're loaded dice, it should guarantee the kill, and then make you.
Well, even if I would actually almost say do Quake for similar damage, but because he dies on the next hit with the Rough Skin anyway, right? Like I feel like Quake could get
Quake
a
is
for
the
that.
same damage.
Yeah.
Isn't Scale Shot 25 per hit?
Yeah, I'm saying that. Like you're talking about how like you'll outspeed him for the next turn. You also just kill him with the Rough Skin, and so you just kind of have to wonder if these two can outlast Blissey, which maybe they can't. I don't know. They're both special, mostly. So maybe they don't outlast the Blissey. Maybe you do need the guard jump just to stay alive.
If you miss the Scale Shot, it might just be over.
No, that's what I'm saying. Quake, you don't miss, but you still will.
We're on the same page.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you think Scale Shot was a better option.
Scale Shot, it has a pro because if it's like a weirdly bulky Scarf Annihilate, and Earthquake doesn't kill, then you run the risk of losing again. But if you Scale Shot and hit, it doesn't matter how much damage you do because then you'll get to Earthquake after and kill.
Did we see the Lomomola's item?
No.
It's at 82, so I think it took rocks twice. So it might be Rocky Helmet. I was just going to say, because all you need to do is get him in range for Rough Skin or Rocky Helmet. If Rough Skin is your only answer and Guard Jump has to die, then you might be in a situation against Blissey, right? But let's see. So, yeah, it just takes that. Seismic Toss dead.
Blissey gets one for the road.
Yeah, and takes a good chunk from that. So, and we know this is a setup Lele, who is already toxic.
Maybe it is Taunt.
Taunt
that doesn't matter though.
Do a taunt with two screens, then you're running.
I think Psyshock kills.
Oh, Psyshock. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Nice.
Nope.
Oh, GG. Lots of ups and downs. Whenever I see Scarf Annihilate, I always feel like this mon just has so much more potential than to be left as a Scarf bot.
I think it's a good use of it if you bring it like once. For like the one game. It wasn't
Shookaberry Slowking.
Where is it? Oh, it was Lagging Tail too.
I'm not really sure what the lagging tail is for, if I'm being honest.
Trick.
Oh, yep. I guess so.
New CC Rage Fist use turn Ice Punch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Loaded dice. Yeah. Oops.
Oh, it was loaded dice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got the 4 hits. I figured at that point.
It was AV Aloe.
Cornerstone Mask. Interesting.
Oh.
AV Aloe, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like this could have...
It's just defense spit F, so it's actually not HP invested.
And it wasn't Wish.
Play Rough, though. Play Rough. It would have been able to survive and kill the Annihilate.
Yep.
If it had come in instead. Mirror code. That's interesting. Okay.
I think Scarf Toxic was not bad here, but it didn't have Toxic. True.
Scarf Toxic on Annihilate?
I think on the ape, yeah. To just like whittle down the... Like make it so that all of your future interactions with Alomomola are slightly more in your favor.
Yeah, but it didn't... I mean, the Aloe didn't come in on it.
Yeah,
it wasn't
kind of never
in.
came in, really.
What was the other thing I want to check? It's Clay, some attack, Nature's Madness.
Nature's Madness, Lele.
So that's probably... no, because you probably do more than 50% with Psyshock. I wonder who the Nature's Madness is for.
Maybe for Mawile?
Maybe. You could also...
Oh, we wanted to check the Shaman versus Garchomp. Dazzling.
And I wanted to see what the last move for their...
It was T-Bolt.
It was T-Bolt, yeah. So that would have just been better. It probably didn't kill, because it was like a difference in 10
No,
BP.
but there were always para chances.
Yeah.
And there's kind of no drawback to clicking it, you know?
Yeah, at that point.
There were no immunes left.
Nope. Yeah, you just click T-Bolt there.
That being said, maybe...
Does Terra Blast stay 80 base power? It does, right?
It does. What I can see, maybe Kaigai's line of, or train of thought is, if Annihilate comes in and takes a Thunderbolt, then I'm in trouble because it's a 150 base power Scarf thing coming. But then it should be in range to die from
Rough Skin.
You're
You're at +2.
+2 Thunderous.
And it's not
I don't think it
a
ever
Spidef careful Annihilate. It probably doesn't even survive.
Yeah. Okay, let's check the Shaman set. And I think the Chomp was just full offense.
Shaman was Spidef, 32 Spatak. Are we taking offense? And it didn't have Gleam, by the way.
Oh, well, this interaction never matters then. I don't need
and
to
wait,
calculate.
And we saw every move. Had we seen everything at that point? We hadn't seen Toxic yet. I think that's what it was.
Oh, true. No, we saw Toxic. Oh, no, at this point, no, we didn't.
I'm saying when Garchomp swapped out, we only saw Leech.
Yeah.
And then we saw Grassy Terrain, then Toxic, then eventually Energy Ball. Yeah. Because I saw it before. Yeah.
Okay, so I think moral of the story is Bro maybe cooked a little.
Maybe a little.
A little too much.
Too much time in the kitchen.
Yeah. But I don't know. That was a really good game, and I think these two are pretty good friends. I know the Lethal tunes into a lot of Kai's streams.
I mean, he knows the whole
as
script.
you can tell by the nicknames. Yeah. Wait, I didn't get all of the... Let's see. Oh, there's the Lethal rematch. What's up, YouTube?
I'm your coach.
I am your coach.
Today we have the Lethal rematch. Let's jump in. Oh, it's like in order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Kind of
That's
awkward
really
that he
funny.
led with today we have.
Yeah. True.
Kind of like very impersonal. You're just getting right into business. No introduction.
Yeah. I feel like all the rest would have been good leads.
The Lethal rematch.
Like nickname
that's
wise,
the title.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. Let's jump in also sounds a little abrupt. Like you're kind of like, oh, we did, dude, what are we jumping into? We didn't really establish.
Isn't that a movie with Corbin Blue?
Probably.
I think there's a jump in 2. I never saw that.
I never saw the first one, so
Oh,
don't spoil anything.
Okay, so basically they win the jump rope tournament.
Oh my god. Well, wait, why is it jump in? It'd be jump over.
True, it should just be jump.
Jump, yeah, just with multiple times. Jump 2 is actually they just have to keep jumping.
Oh.
Jump 2 is within jump 1.
Jump again.
All right, let's go into the last replay.
Okay. Okay, we have another friendship rivalry here, actually, between Bobozab and Cade, or Tony. We see
Another
the Terra.
Moltres.
It
That's
is Terra
fire.
Moltres.
And this one's actually
It is
a
actually
Terra
Terra
Captain.
this time.
That's
And
funny.
Terra Stacca. Another Terra Ghost Stacca, though.
Yeah.
Wait, that's funny. It was Fire,
Terra-
Moltres, and Ghost Stacca in the last game, except Moltres wasn't a captain.
And it was on the other team.
Yeah, but now we just have both. No, Moltres was on the Stacca team.
Was it?
Yeah. Because remember you
Oh, because
won
it was the
the
whole
grassy season.
physical team, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's Terra Water Iron Hands. Water is, I think, a really good type for hands.
Yeah.
Like, Water in particular is a type that really
You have to
enjoys
call out
having
the
high
electric.
physical defense. And yeah, and it does complement electric type too. Like, Water Electric is very good offensively, and then most types that are hitting water neutrally are physical.
Yeah,
So,
actually,
like, the high fighting and ground
It
base
is-
power moves.
it is interesting to have water and electric together. That's like not super common. You have like Lantern, Rotom, yeah. It really
I
is
think
a
that's
combo
it.
type, yeah. But just
Yeah,
like as a
it's
stat
really good.
combo, obviously defensively he just has water with Terras.
Yeah. And that's why I think we see Terra Water Thundi T a lot as well.
Yeah.
It's
And
like a more
less
of a reliable
liability
type.
than ice too.
Exactly,
Even
yeah.
though Bolt Beam's nice.
Yeah, kind of like water and grass are the main ways of beating the ground types that isn't making you be an ice type and have to run boots.
Yeah, I think I ran Terra Grass Sandy Shocks a couple times when I had him.
Yeah, grass is good on shocks for sure.
So anyway,
Well, there's a lot of really strong leads for Bobo's side. I mean, even just lead like Latios is extremely threatening. Lead Terrapagos. It
is
could be
Lead
rocks.
Latios
It could be
threatening
setup.
into Empoleon though.
Like it has Aurasphere. It could be like Calm Mind with Aurasphere.
Yeah, but just I don't know,
It
it
could
gets
also
like a
just be
defensive-
Specs.
yeah,
Pretty sure, does it get Trick? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it does.
I think it does. It's psychic. They would give that to a
Yeah.
psychic legendary, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's like as good of a lead as Meowscarada, but it's also less easy to read. I think Terrapagos is a great lead though, and I think Moltres is also a pretty good lead.
Mhm.
Moltres should
Well,
just
Moltres,
beat everything but bundle.
Moltres into Empoleon though.
Yeah, again, I think it's fine.
It's fine, but like, do you want to?
Not necessarily. I guess Empoleon is just, it does look like a threatening lead against most things.
Yeah, and I think it's just the only real lead here. Unless you're going for something very bold with bundle or hands.
Yeah, bundle lead is definitely the offensive take, and then otherwise the more balanced lead I think is Empoleon, like you were saying.
Because like normally I'd also think like, oh, maybe Bramblegast comes in for the stack of rocks lead or something. Because I think, was this before he got the second rocker this game? Or is this
No, the second rocker is Terrapagos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna say you could do the Bramblegast for that, but also you can just bring Bramblegast in on both of these mods, I think. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right, let's see. So we got the Terrapagos into the Empoleon.
Yeah, I think this is good. You can Earth Power the Empoleon.
Yep. So does he get rocks up? He swaps out? No. Yeah.
Swaps to Scout. Okay, so scouting for the Earth Power.
This is the
man,
leech.
that's really big too, because now it gets to keep the Terra Shell.
Yeah, and keep the rocks up. Ice Beam.
Ice Beam.
And Citrus. Berry. Rapid Spin. Okay, so now you outspeed. Probably,
But
right?
you die.
Oh, you don't outspeed. What's that invested in if it's not Spidef? Is it just full Fizdef for the Stacka maybe?
What are you talking about? It already outsped. Just look at what it says on the chart.
Oh, that's the. I was thinking because the Leech Seed missed. I was like, but I've only seen one thing hit the Terrapagos. Yeah, okay. So that was the turn was already over. So that's really unfortunate. You want this mon for multiple things, and you kind of got screwed. I think realistically, just clicking the Rapid Spin first might have been better because you still chip the Terra Shell. You don't know if he's lefties, right? Get rid of the hazards and then make the decision. Oh, I just got hit by an Ice Beam. Do I want to stay in?
Yeah.
and get a leech seed off just to die. Instead of being like, okay, well now I really got to get rid of these rocks, so I have to die.
And showing rocks and Ice Beam makes me think that it doesn't even have the Earth Power for Empoleon in the first place. So
Yeah.
you can just switch to Empoleon.
I mean
rocks do
it
stay
could
out.
though. It could have Earth Power and Starstorm is the last one.
But how much is it gonna do to Empoleon that has Roost?
Why not much? I mean, Roost is
Probably not too much.
It's not getting rid of any weakness, but there's the Moltres on a Volt.
Oh, the Volt Switch. Makes sense. There's no ground type.
Yeah, that's
interesting. True. Bundles in. Flip turns. The crazy call out. Oh, because it was Pasho Berry.
Ooh.
And the burn. Maybe like a Fire Blast or an Overheat or something here.
Yeah. Fire Blast.
Yeah, Fire Blast. I don't think Flamethrower would have killed Bundle, so the Fire Blast makes sense.
Stacka. Yeah, Stacka seems pretty safe on...
Completely untouched by this. You can get Trick Room now.
Do you want Trick Room
nice.
against
Earthquake.
this guy, though? Oh, you got the Ghost up. And it's not even going to break it, because
it keeps the sub. But, I mean, what do you do to this thing? Not a whole lot. Oh, and it's Helmet.
That hits through the sub.
Yeah, Mandy can just Roost. Yeah, it's slower. Oh, it didn't have an item, that's right. I was going to say Knock the Boots, but it was already Pasho.
Oh, it had the berry, yeah. And you don't have rocks.
Unless Fire Blast does nothing, man. And this can't tear out fire anymore, too, so you're going to keep doing nothing. Yeah, the pump. You gotta switch to Scout the
It's gotta be
choice
if it's flip turn, right?
Yeah, you gotta make a swap, but there's no, like, ice resist anymore. You dropped your steel type.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was weakness policy.
It probably was. But, I mean... Yeah, I guess at that point, you already took the Hydro Pump. Maybe you get a calc off of that, but also you know that it's not specs. So, like, you know, like, at worst, it's probably surviving. Like, the
yeah.
Or rather, if it hits you, it's not specs.
Corrosive gas. What the? I haven't seen that used in a while.
Wait. What does that do?
It removes their item.
It's just knock off with like
with no damage. It might have a thing in doubles where it removes both items. I don't remember.
No.
Not a doubles guy.
Wild.
Big pain split.
There's the rocks. I was gonna say the Moltres cannot Terra. It will always be fire flying.
And it's not boots.
And this is your only thing that can have spin, and so far you've seen Stealth Rock, Ice Beam.
Yep.
What is it ever in for? Is it gonna have
corrosive gas again? Oh, it dropped a Shuka Berry. Interesting.
Probably for the Earth Power. But then why didn't you stay in on the Pegos lead? Right? What are you afraid of from the Pegos lead if you have Shuka Berry? Who else is this? Is that for? Stacka?
The thought process is if it combines, I don't really do much to it.
But like, why bring Shuka then? Like, who else are you bringing a Shuka Berry for?
Let me check.
That's kind of like roster. The whole point.
Bobo Zab has no ground types. He didn't bring Torn T. He didn't bring Olomomola.
Yeah, I think...
And he didn't bring Wobbuffet.
I understand what you're saying, where it's like, yeah, you don't want to just Calm Mind in front of you, but also it's like, then what was the point of bringing a Shuka Berry set if you're not...
Yeah, I think it might have been a call-out. Might have been a call-out for Terra Ground Earthquake Stacka.
Maybe.
But that's a pretty far
very
reach.
Good into Mandibuzz, right? Like, or Ramblegas. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a far reach.
Either way. He just stays in flash cannons, so...
Oh, DJ said it does remove both items in doubles.
Okay. And it doesn't make contact, so if you're worried about, like, a Rocky Helmet or something.
So, if you can pause for a sec quickly here, I think something that we see a little bit too often in Truant is... this turn, where people are switching in to their frail, like, U-turners or frail speedsters way too often and just taking 50%, and then they just die to hazards by the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that people can improve on, is building a game plan and a team where you don't have to do that. You know, I do think it can leave room, like, they can be a really good play in endgame scenarios where you, like, take somebody aback by making a play they don't expect. I don't know if it's necessarily worth here. I mean, you're switching into an Empoleon. What are you gonna do? Low kick it?
It hadn't used Flash Cannon yet, so maybe you're thinking another Scald, but then you don't want to get burned.
Yeah, you don't want to get burned either. And I guess maybe if it flip turns, maybe this is Scarf Meow, and you want a bait bundle to come in to like to cheese the kill with Flower Trick. Maybe that's the line, but I just don't like that we see that so often in tournament, and I think that's something that the people watching the VODs or even just rewatching their own replays, this is maybe somewhere to improve that will keep your Meowscarada or your Iron Valiant or your Enamorus or something alive a little longer.
That being said, though, what else do you do here? You have a Flash Cannon coming for you at worst.
Yeah.
You're a Fairy type.
Yep.
Moltres comes in, takes 50%, and might take a Scald. Or a Water move, or a Flip turn. Stack is already at 59%. Neutral to Flash Cannon. And neutral to Scald. Pagos, maybe. I don't know what he's doing otherwise.
Might have Earth Power, not sure.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the Latios set. If it has Recover, I think you can switch to that.
But it also might still be Weakness Policy. It might also still be Weakness Policy, and I guess Recover will bring it back up. But like just in general, it's like you might want to keep it at 75% if you don't think you're gonna have a chance to get it. I mean, you're still gonna take rocks.
Yeah.
Meowscarada might have been, it's the only full health mon here, and maybe you're just thinking, hey, this mon comes in to be fast and hit things. It doesn't come in to take hits, right? So like if there's something to get in here, maybe you just bring the Meowscarada in.
Yep. Yeah, maybe you read a flip turn and forget that it has Flash Cannon. Yeah.
Well, not even forget that it has Flash Cannon. I think you still just rather take the 50% on Meow than like anything else that you're risking here, right?
Yeah, potentially.
But I agree with what you're saying generally, though, where it's like
you don't so maybe in this scenario you don't have a better play and you just have to. But I still feel like in the division we do see that pretty often.
I do agree with. Yeah, I agree that we see that. I think in this case it's just more of an issue of like the team doesn't have a swap for it, right? Like you just there's no better option. Moltres normally would be the swap because it's like maybe he Scalds whatever, like if you're
then
kind of
switch to
bulky,
Latios on the Scald,
right? Yeah, you're not super concerned about that, and then you've also shown that he doesn't have Flash Cannon for the Geezing. But you can't because there's rocks up and you weren't running boots and you haven't cleared the rocks. So even coming in on a Flash Cannon, you just put yourself in a position. It's like, okay, you can't come back in until rocks are gone, or you just can't come back in.
Maybe that's just a problem with running non-boots Moltres. And I don't think it has to run boots all the time, but I think when your removal is Moltres and Terapagos, which is also the setter.
And Geezing.
I feel like you're... Okay, yeah, and Geezing, actually.
But Corrosive Gas Paste with Will-O-Wisp, probably not defunct.
Yeah. All right, well.
Let's see.
I would imagine it's just low kicks.
Or U-turns. Yeah.
Okay, U-turn. If you made this play just a U-turn, though, yeah.
That sucks, because he's already shown Rocky Helmet. That's not a surprise. Like, you already saw the Rocky Helmet. Probably the swap resists both of your stabs. You did just take that 50%. You don't have boots. You're going to take rocks again, and you just took Rocky Helmet. You come back in. You literally can't hit this twice.
Yeah, Starstorm does a billion, though, to this.
Yeah, but how much does it do to Empoleon? Or Florges?
Nothing.
Actually. Okay, rocks are gone.
So rocks are gone.
Moltres can come back in. The rock setter is still alive, and the rock setter can just come in on some months.
Sub CM Wish Moonblast
crit.
Oh, the crit!
Wait, how much did it
I don't think it mattered too much
because you took the damage before that, right? Or was it after?
Yeah, it's before. Well, it has +1 speed.
Yeah, so we don't know we don't know the roll. We don't know what the percent was.
Okay, maybe it's no. It doesn't have synth. It has wish. This didn't matter. Because even if it doesn't crit, it does. Let's say it does 25.
It moonblasts.
The moonblast. I guess you have a special attack drop, but then if you moonblast, you're not wishing, and if you're not wishing, that crit didn't matter.
No, I'm saying you would at least get the hit from the moonblast off because he goes next, right? Like if he survives that, he gets a +1 moonblast. I mean, maybe it matters.
Yeah, it would have done a bit of damage. Maybe, yeah. You might be right.
But either way, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't change this roll. Whatever this is, fighting move against him, right?
God, Terapagos is so good, man.
I like
Oh,
it.
into the ghost type?
Wild,
A wild
charge.
charge, though. You can
Maybe
do that again.
probably calling out the Moltres.
Oh, the roll! And the body
Doesn't-
press, no trick
It
room.
doesn't really do anything.
I think
mean,
it's fine. I think
That's a pretty
I
good
think,
case scenario for.
Yeah, I think
Mans, I
Bobo
would
was
think.
expecting the Mandy to come in
What did he click?
on the body press.
Oh yeah, maybe. But then you're just taking. Wait, you're dead.
Yeah, well,
if
it
Mandy
dies.
does
Yeah, it dies, and then you get to go into Moltres and kill
And kill what?
the Mandy.
What if Mandy just doesn't stay in?
You get to come in and revenge the a low HP Mandibuzz.
Yeah, I'm saying, what if the Mandy just swaps out though?
Okay, you get a revenge against a low HP Mandibuzz, and it can switch into whatever. It doesn't matter. You get to click Fire Blast 2 times.
Yeah, but then you miss.
Oh, now that you mention it.
Yeah. But like, I'm joking, but also like at the same time, if you are in that position, are you thinking like, you know what? Free Fire Blast, right? It's like, no, you're thinking about like what's the most guaranteed way to avoid the, utter destruction here. But either way,
True, I guess maybe it would be in range of a flower trick here. If it did go into the Mandy.
Does Flower Trick make contact? I forget.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it just drops a flower from the sky. I guess it's the flower that's like
I'm not
attached
certain,
to
but
Meowscarada.
Oh,
So
maybe.
it would probably hurt because it's connected
True.
to it.
Yeah. It's like its whiskers, you know?
Yeah. Oh well, you just I guess you weren't Scarf Meow.
Hmm.
Or maybe it's Scarf Bundle.
I think it's
we
Scarf
haven't.
Bundle.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
takes rocks.
It's not Boots. Probably based on that pump damage. It's not.
Yeah. And the only reason you ever go into Meowscarada there is if it's Scarf.
Yeah. There's a Fire Blast, and he's dead. Actually, I forgot about the rocks too. He might just straight up die to the Fire
True,
Blast.
yeah.
Roost.
Ouch. Wait, that's on the roots. Oh, the burn! That's really massive.
Do you just roost again?
I do think, yeah, Moltres could have just stayed in here and kept roosting
Wait, does it not?
into the wild charge forever
Yeah,
until the
just
burn.
interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Until it burned, but it already did. Oh, the CC on the roost though is smart.
Yeah.
But now you die to something probably.
You got a wild charge. Maybe not. Oh, Hurricane? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If it was only Fire Blast, I don't think you do.
Yeah. That's pretty unfortunate.
See, this does a good
He
amount.
is not missing the Fire Blast, so that's
Rocks are up, though. Hold? Wait, does
crit?
Bundle... Oh, that crit definitely mattered. What did it do? 38?
Bundle
what did it
comes
do this
in
time?
and drops to 25, by the way. It did 38, yeah. And so it did 44.
Okay.
Maybe Mineral Max Roll, right?
No,
And
it
then
did.
or
it
wait,
did
no,
the same.
oh. Yeah, you get burned.
Because of the burn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
never
of the
mind.
burn. So Bundle...
Does Ice Beam clean?
Nah, I doubt it kills Skeezing.
Maybe
If
not in its rapid
If
growth.
it's Scarf, dude, like, and not Specs, there's no way, right? There's no way.
No way, surely. Oh, it doesn't even kill? Oh, the
Well,
U-turn?
neither
Oh,
than
it's
that.
over. There's only 2 turns left because of the burn.
Yeah. Do you think that kills? Hold on, wait.
It did not kill.
Yeah.
Oh?
You're
Hold?
dead. It doesn't matter. You learned that.
Wait. But imagine the flame body didn't proc on the turn that
Yeah.
it flip turned.
But okay,
Could
but
this have been
again
over?
though, it doesn't kill the Geezing. There's
I think
no
it
way.
does after rocks, man. Hold on.
There's
With
no
Ice
way.
Beam? Maybe.
Ice Beam Scarf though, right?
Is it full Fizz Def?
Geezing?
Yeah.
Yeah, full fizz stuff. Full
Ice
HP.
Beam does 57 to 67. So after rocks.
After rocks. Is it modest Scarf or does it have to be timid? It has to be timid for Meow probably.
This is timid. That I'm calculating.
Timid Ice Beam. Yeah.
If it got that freeze and Moltres didn't proc Flame Body earlier in the game, I think that's winnable.
Yeah, you'd have to stay frozen for 2 more turns, right?
Check the Latios set, see if that was... Well, first of all, see if Bundle actually
It
is
was
Scarf.
Colbur. It wasn't weakness policy.
Oh.
It was
Yeah.
it is Scarf, by the way. Because
Scarf, okay.
Meow is Scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. What did we not see? AV hands. Wow. Max HP AV hands at just -1 still died to that hurricane at like 38%.
People doubt me when I always run pads versus these contact birds. Yeah, makes sense. I don't think you can run pads on bundle.
You probably wouldn't.
Like, if you're running a utility item, it's usually just boots.
Yeah. Because we're talking about burn chip, like you take more rock chip, right? Like you're not worried about the attack reduction. 76.
It was the Pasho 76 modest. That probably hits a certain calc.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see the modest. Yeah. I mean, it came into play for sure. There were a lot of moments where that was like.
Oh, that's probably a calc that Oko's bundle with a Fire Blast after eating something with Pasho.
Yeah, or maybe like after rocks. Like maybe you're saying like, okay, if he's boots, you kill with Meow. If he's not, Fire Blast will kill after rocks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like if it's Specs or Scarf, yeah.
Yeah. How many times have we seen this?
Oh, Resh was talking about hands. Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could definitely see that. What was hands?
Oh,
it was AV.
Yeah. If you feel like gambling. I love gambling. Let's go gambling.
This is really funny though. Like just the wind screen with Frozen.
I don't think I've seen that before.
I mean, it could happen against something that's like toxic or like a Rocky helmet, but like it is still kind of goofy to look at. Like the ultimate BM is you have a Frozen Mon in the back, and then something's about to die to toxic, so you just swap.
I'm pretty sure Tony was near the top of the division before that game. This is actually a good time.
Bobo was like around the middle. I think Bobo was like.
Yeah, this is a good time, if any, to just look at the standings overall right now. Actually, we can just start with Truant because we were talking about them.
All right, let me flip over there.
Yeah, so that was actually Tony's first and only loss this season.
Oh,
so now there's nobody who's 4-0 or nobody who's undefeated in Truant anymore.
No, yeah, Bobo was like right around the middle, so he just jumped up there.
Yeah, so Bobo would have been 2-2, and then Tony was 4-0. So funny that he gets to be the Reaper for Tony.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else do we have? We still have, unfortunately, Krabbit and Maul winless so far. Zathanus getting 2 wins in the first 5 weeks is pretty clutch. I think this might be a new pace record for him.
We thought his team was kind of a meme.
Well, it definitely is. I don't think he's even changed his Politoed and Seismitoad Terra types all season.
Oh, you mean like they're just running the same thing?
Yeah, I think he's running a lot of the same sets and just kind of tweaking things based on how he feels, which is completely fine. But I think this is the best performance we've seen out of Zathandis in the first 5 weeks out of any league, because he's gotten wins. But yeah, like it's great to see that he's getting more wins sooner. You know, like he has a record that by the end of week 5, he's not out of playoffs, which I don't think he's ever made playoffs before. So maybe he's definitely turning it up, and I think maybe he could be shooting for to grab one of the bottom playoff spots this year, which is awesome.
For sure.
We see Handy surprisingly down at 2 and 3. Handy's games have been great. Yeah. And actually, we were talking today. We were about to review a third Handy replay today, but it's like, oh man, we've already the last 2 weeks we watched Handy's games. We got to pick someone else. But no, he's been a blast to watch. Kind of sucks that he's not winning, but I mean, not everybody can win, and his games have been a blast. So sure, he's having fun. And Dave is actually out of a playoff spot still. Yeah.
New rule next season: everybody wins.
Everybody wins. GG. Everybody makes it to playoffs.
Everybody's the champion.
Single elimination. When anybody's eliminated, we're all eliminated together.
Yep. And
we die.
Because that's what it means to be family. And NBA is a family. Am I right, chat?
So true. Dave has kind of pulled it together a little bit. I think he was either an even or negative record. But he's still out of a playoff spot. And I know we've talked about him before.
Everyone's positive here.
Yeah. Yeah, true. He's
But
just the least
he's within a
positive out
game's
of
diff.
everybody.
He's within a game's diff, which is
Yep.
important.
So one good game could skyrocket him. If you can't nab any like extra positive diff games, like a +4 or a +5 here or there, you're gonna need to be 5-3 to make playoffs this season.
Oh, that's right. I
'Cause
always
I
think
think,
that we don't have the diff on these ones. I'm curious to see
yeah,
how much you
being tied at 4-4 with a kind of neutral diff isn't going to be very good for you.
Yeah.
But Roy,
Still
pulling
better
it
than
up,
being
he
tied
was
with a
an
negative
ex-winner.
diff, though.
That's very true. He is Roy is an ex-truant champ, and he's still in a playoff spot. So he's definitely ready to try and reclaim the throne. Bobo just shot himself up into a playoff spot. Sweets is still solidly up here, and then there's 3 players, 4-1, who are vying for first between Mudkip, Tony, and Sky Knight. And like Skyhops is saying in chat, this is a Mudkip redemption arc where
Yeah.
we've been believing in Mudkip for so long, and it just hasn't put up the numbers.
When was
And
it?
I feel like
Oh.
now he finally is.
It was the week 1 loss because I remember we
Yeah.
were like, wow, like we were surprised that he
Yeah,
you
well,
know, when you look
we've
at
been
the
riding
list
the
you just see
train.
0-1, right? But then
Yeah,
now it's like 4-1. That's kind of like Kai Guy too, right? Or he doesn't
yeah,
swarm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not here anymore, but yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for Truant. Who out of the who was 4-0 last week?
Was it just Tony?
Let me double check. Tony, Mudkip, Sky Knight are 4-1.
I already flipped this. I closed out of it.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's fine. Okay, crazy because Sky Knight also lost week 1.
Really? And
And
it's
then
4-1.
Tony's only loss was this week,
Wow.
so kind of cool. Okay,
You know what's cooler?
Swarm division.
I was gonna say All Star, but yeah, we can do Swarm.
Oh. All right.
Not that we would do All Star next, but just that it's cooler.
We do still see Drix at the top. Actually, Drix ended up taking over for Max, who we had to replace in Hustle division.
Yeah.
Partly because he's just at the top of the division. We wanted to give the spot to somebody on a tryout basis for like an early bid for promotion. I'm not sure if Drix is interested in being promoted, but he does have friends in the Hustle division that he wanted to like be able to play against, so
Yeah.
it'll at least give him a chance to see if Hustle is something that he's interested in early. He only has to play 3 games. It's not that big a deal.
And it's also like low pressure games too.
Yeah, low pressure. Like Max is already pretty much out of playoffs. Even if Drix pulls it back, because Max was 0-5
He was 0-4, yeah.
after
Or
it was
0-5,
0-5.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
now
looking here
0-5.
now, yeah, because I see Jack.
Yeah.
And then that's like -4 diff or -3 diff every game for the forfeits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
I think
if
it's
you're
pretty
able
safe to
pull it
just
back,
kind of
like
mess around.
Yeah, the stars really need to align for that to happen.
Well,
but
the
because
best
of that,
you could do is 3 and 5.
Yeah,
You
but
think
if
that
the stars align,
negative is going to be a playoff spot?
the stars could align based on the matchups that I'm not going to look into the nitty gritty of.
Yeah.
Where you could just have a clean break in the middle of people being 5-3, nobody being 4-4,
Yeah,
and
nobody even.
a lot of people being 3-5.
Well, wait. I guess that is, but yeah, because it would just be like the person in first would have to be like undefeated though, which
Yeah.
which
And it's not necessarily like, for
Yes.
example, if there's one person who's 8-0 and like 3 people who are 0-8, it means that the average player could still be 3-5 and make it into playoffs, because the distribution of wins doesn't necessarily have to be even, right?
yeah, because I was thinking like it's like after week 1 where it's like, well, wait, it has to be 1-0 and 0-1, but yeah, after that it's like the person in first can be taking multiple wins
Yeah.
from like multiple people.
And there's also forfeit losses too, where if there's any forfeit losses, it means that the average player's win rate goes down technically.
Yeah, well, if both people forfeit loss,
Yeah, if there's a double forfeit, which there was one, I believe,
Yeah.
in Swarm.
that's true. I think
Not
no, I think
Hustle.
it was Hustle. Yeah.
There was at least one in Swarm, maybe there's one in Hustle as well.
Well, anyway, let's
Yeah,
This
so
is
we
what we
see
got
Drix,
here.
Martin, and Kai Guy up here still. Kai Guy was just handed his first loss to
Wait.
Lethal Blue, who just got his first win, actually.
Is one of these games marked? Because I see Hal Falcon says 6 games.
Oh yeah, Halfalk versus PF happened. I forgot that happened really early. I can remove that real quick.
Well, I mean, we know what happens now, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I couldn't find who the other person was, but I see it's PF. Yeah. So yeah, Drix is doing well. Martin's doing great. Kai Guy once again like undefeated since being winless week 1. And then Corey looking good.
He's definitely in the house.
Fairs was Truant before, or was he?
He was, yeah. He's been swapping between Swarm and Truant, and
what was he last?
Still solidly in playoffs. He was Truant last. Wait, no, he was Swarm last season, and he finally got to stay Swarm.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing well. Positive. Resh, new person. Stella, been here.
Yep.
Luke, didn't Luke have a rough start, or am I thinking of? Oh no, I was thinking of Lethal.
Yeah, Lethal's had a not great start.
Luke was. Oh yeah, he had a decent start. Okay.
He was 2-2.
He's just pretty even.
Luke has been really high on Terra Tusk, by the way, and I think he's been running like booster speed. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Everybody knows that Tusk is a good mon, and that if you give Terra to a good mon, it'll be good.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it to death at this point, probably, but just like the idea of like it's always going to be good with Terra, but the question is, do you want it to be your Terra captain? Right? Yeah, like when
is it better to Terra that over something else?
Yeah.
When like you're always going to get Tusk. Like Tusk is always going to do what Tusk does with or without Terra.
Right. But
other things just kind of compound their abilities with Terra.
Yeah, and it's just like, are you going to put all those eggs into the Tusk basket, or are you going to not? But we've seen it to great success. Like for a lot of the Terra captains, where like we've made that argument, be like, oh, like Terra Lando, are you sure you want to do that? And then it's like, oh yeah, Terra Lando's
and then it pops off. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, so here we got the split right down the middle of the positive and the negative. But positive diff with the negative diff.
Oh wait, that's kind of crazy. Must have had a really high diff win.
Yeah, it'd just be like like you get like one of your wins is like a sweep and then a bunch of close losses. Mm-hmm. It's more surprising at the end of the season. It's still pretty surprising in week 5, but here I don't think it's like the craziest thing, because all it means that you had 3 close losses and one of your 2 wins was a good one.
It's a good look though to be negative with a positive diff, because it means that you like if you were worried about whether you belong in the division, your losses are close. You definitely belong there, right? So at the very least, you belong there.
And then we got Stormtide down here with another Terra Immense in the bottom half, which is surprising. Because that was a mon that was on the radar, I believe, or at least that we were looking at. Metro, shit in the bed in that last game. I mean, all there is to it. All there is to it.
Although Terra Arctizold has looked actually really threatening.
It's like the problem is, okay, Terra Arctizold's good. The problem is Metro is bringing not the top tiers on our team. It's like, yeah, Terra Arctizold's great, but bring the rest of your team to the game.
But so is Halucha.
Yeah, like you saw I don't know if it was. I guess it was week 5, because I don't think she's played week 6 yet. I think the first game that Rilla came to forgot the terrain.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Because when you bring Rilla for the first time in week 5, and you have that mistake, it's like maybe you should have brought it before.
Are you really gonna be Toadie's like decided mentee, draft a monkey, and then not bring it all season?
I know, it's insane. It's insane. Let me actually see. That was the only time it was brought, right? Yeah, that was the only time.
Crazy.
It was brought. Look at that. Crazy. That's what happens when you bring.
And only one Halucha bring too.
What's it called? Overgrow. Yeah, I know. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why it's funny. It's like yeah, your record is from this. Like, congrats. I mean, 2 and 3
and
with
3 stun tanks and 3 Runeriguses.
2 and 3 with this spread is actually kind of impressive in an Antex draft, but you could you can have a better record. Just bring the better mods. Like,
yeah, well, at this point, I actually think drop Rilla, drop Lucha, drop Incineroar,
well, that's what we're saying.
Pick up something else. Get a better ground type for Runerigus, because you're obviously relying on Rune to be your ground type.
Or
get a better one.
if you're already don't want to commit 2 slots to this because the point of this is the combo, right? The terrain plus the unburdened Terra Captain.
Yeah.
If you're
And the
struggling
snow
to
plus
find a team that like these 2 can fit on because you for once can somehow sacrifice Runerigus and Skuntank, then just drop the Hawlucha. Make the Rillaboom a Terra Captain if you can afford it, which I mean you may not be able to do with the Zolt, actually.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's up to 25, right? Oh wait, I'm thinking it was never mind. Yeah, make them Rilla a captain. Then Rilla can just be an independent force that it also benefits from Terra and like doesn't make Zolt have to like. I mean, again, Terra Zolt's great, but like having the threat of Terra on Rilla is also great because it means that he doesn't just get walled by a flying steel type.
Yeah,
because his
I do think if you like Terrazolt, that's completely fine, and I also think Terrazolt is cool.
Yeah,
but Rilla is always going to be more bringable independently than Lucha, whereas Lucha kind of has to come with Rilla. Not doesn't have to, but
not
like
always. But specifically, if the reason that she made Hawlucha a Terra Captain is, I mean, because she said it was because people said it was really good, right? Like you have the option. Dude, Terra Hawlucha is broken. Okay, the idea is that it's broken if you bring Unburdened for it. Like that's why it's more broken than Terrarilla, right?
Yep.
But if you're never
and then it just makes Rilla more
slotting these 2 Mons into the team for whatever it maybe let's ignore what tier these Mons are. Let's say you just need the Rocker, you need the Defog, and you need the Slowking Arctozolt because you already have another pair, right? That kind of goes together is the Slowking and the Arctozolt. So you're already blocking off 2 of the slots if you're bringing the Zolt, which you are. Then you're already limiting who you can bring over here. That's why she hasn't brought it before because she's been trying to compare it to other 4 Mons when 2 of the slots are taken by something else. So
yeah, well, I'm just gonna say it. It's been doing pretty well for me. There is a Terra Ursaluna up right now. If you want to make your ground type a little better, it doesn't give you the rocks that maybe you're interested in.
What's the points?
16
with 7. Yeah, you could, but it gets. I mean, the entire point of the rune, I think, is the rocks in the trick room, though. So
yeah, might have to drop Melm. Don't drop Melm. It's fine. Just run Melm over.
But you know what's crazy?
Ursa.
She actually didn't bring Melm to a game.
What?
That was the game that she had to make room for these 2. But that's the point. Like that's what we're up against. We're up against these 2 together that have to come. The Melm, quote unquote, has to come, right? Assuming we're not kind of in the last game where it didn't come and all went wrong, right? but you have 3 slots taken already. You need rocks maybe in some matchups. You need hazard control. Oh, you have a Mega Gardevoir as well. What is your special attacker if you bring Melmetal and all this together? That's the problem. You just got it. You got to bring. You got to. I think you have to drop the Hawlucha, make Rilla the second captain, and then just get something else. Maybe get another flying type of hazard control, right? That's so you don't have Skuntank or your Terra Captain as the hazard control.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Okay.
It does feel like we've kind of
harped on this one.
Dead horse a little, but yeah, it's
double iron bash the shit out of this team.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, what else do we have? Real quick, we have How Falk with a couple wins. I'm pretty sure last season he ended 4-4 with like a perfectly even record or something, and either just barely made it.
It was very front loaded too, because remember it was the Terraments last season, where it's just like going a tear of like 4-0 or something like that. I think Lee was his first loss, and that was like week 5.
Yeah, he was 4-0, and then he finished 0-4.
Yeah,
because people kind of it was like Dragon Dance Mega Guitar. Yeah,
it was the same thing every time.
Yeah. But we see him with Hydreigon now. I think Terra Hydreigon is a lot more customizable.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can kind of run like the same thing but different
less
every week,
snowbally, but
I think
more customizable.
Yeah. Panziska not having the season they wanted to have, and it's funny. I saw I think it was Skyhops saying, "Hey Pen, you remember that time I told you I'd help you if you joined NBA and then didn't help you?"
Who was that?
I guess that's what it's happening now.
Who was that?
It was Skyhops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, here we are. I think Pan has just kind of slotted in nicely though, and found like, I don't know, they definitely vibe with the place. So I'm glad that they're around, but I hope that they don't get put off by, oh, I signed up for this thing and didn't want to, and now I'm stuck with it, you know. So
yeah. Hold on. Wait,
and down at the bottom we also have, who was that? Sorry, C2 and Chemfruit.
Yeah, C2 and Chemfruit.
Yeah, C2 and Chemfruit.
Talk about them. I want to check something because I'm trying to verify what Skyhouse just said. Wait.
Okay.
In Hustle.
About Mew?
It's undrafted. Oh wait, Skyhouse was talking about what you said about the Ursa. I thought because Skyhouse was talking about the Terrarilla, and I thought he said that it was undrafted in Hustle, but he was saying that the Ursa's undrafted in Hustle as well.
Yeah. No, he was. I think saying Mew. No, DJ Barrera said, I'm noticing Mew was undrafted, and Skyhouse said it's also undrafted in Hustle.
No.
It's
not Rilla. It's not Rilla. That's the point.
No.
And
I know you got excited because they might have been talking about a monkey, so you kind of hopped on that really quickly.
Well, and I know that there were some talks of some drops, you know. if there's a free agent, and I know Ambipom's open in every league, right?
Yeah. I don't think I'm surprised by C2 because I think C2's roster was one that I didn't like.
Let me look at it again because I'm gonna forget. Were there changes? Actually, I don't even think there were that many.
Oh wait, no, this team is kind of cool.
I like this team.
Yeah. Okay, I am surprised. If I'm being honest, I know there was a forfeit somewhere. Oh no, it wasn't for C2. It was a forfeit for Falk somewhere.
Yeah.
And Chemfruit, I think those two forfeited.
I mean, every loss is to somebody in the top half, which means more in week 5, right?
That's true. Check the coach leaderboards for strength of schedule.
It's not going to look right on the stream, just saying.
C2 is up there in the top half.
So top half is stronger? Like you're against stronger people?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Chemfruit is tied for last with the lowest strength of schedule.
Yeah, but that also
it could also mean... Yeah, there was a forfeit. So one of Chem and Falk should have one extra win.
Yeah. But it also accounts for, like, not only is their record worse, like, so it looks worse with the lower strength schedule, but also means that one of their losses is to somebody who also picked up a loss that week.
Yeah,
so that makes it
the strength of schedule gets even worse. Yeah.
So
yeah, very true. Well, there's still nobody who's actually out of playoffs. There's nobody undefeated, and there's nobody with no wins.
There's enough people that are like in the middle here.
Going into week 6, it's still fair game for anybody. If the
maybe this diff is a little rough.
Oh, true. If the 1 and 4s pick it up, and maybe if Chem and C2 get like a 6-0 somewhere, it's really anybody's game.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It would be hard with a -14 though. I think
it's also not impossible for like Drix and Martin to miss playoffs too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's anything can happen.
Yeah. All right. So
you know what's definitely not possible though?
What?
Metro Shock cannot make playoffs if she doesn't make Rilla Bumatera captain and get rid of Halucha.
True.
I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact. So.
It is. I've seen it. It's actually, I wrote it into the NBA script last week.
Dude, don't leak the script, dude.
Well,
don't leak the script.
I thought didn't we go public with that last week?
No. You're thinking of the announcement that we're making later.
Oh, God, I forgot about the announcement. Well, anyways, let's go on a hustle so that we can get to our announcement a little quicker.
The announcement that the script has been leaked.
Yes. No, it's not leaked. Don't tell them.
What is leaked? I mean, we're just not supposed to acknowledge it.
Okay. We still see Skyhops and Dragonzard at 5-0.
5-0.
They both picked up wins.
Yeah.
And that's super hype.
Galaxy Wiz. I did not realize that was the same person.
It is. I don't even know what Wiz is.
I don't remember this name at all, but I keep seeing them talking. I was like, oh, it's sorry. They said today. So I was like, I'm still baby Dragonzard. I was like, okay, I didn't know you were.
Well, now you know. Yeah, there's the connection. Let's see. Let's start at the bottom here. We still have Dolce 05 -21. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think the only player in the league with a worse record is Maul.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe
that's
not
true.
even a worse record because I think Maul picked up some kills this week.
Let me check. Truant. Maul is 0-5 minus 25.
Ooh.
That's a -5 diff every game, by the way.
Yeah. To be fair,
Tough.
Maul's division is much harder.
His division is much more what?
Is much harder. So,
True. I mean, you look at this lineup and you see like Glumly,
Just like-
Leezy
like
Peasy,
free.
Everybody's just so free. Royce Snover.
Free. Not free. This one's not free. This one's.
Oh
this
no,
this is-
Leezy.
this is probably the
Leezy's
hardest.
free for me. Nah, it's all good. The one who's not free though is Matayoshi.
Free.
Yep.
No, definitely
Wait.
free. Free. Dude, you're talking
yeah,
about the champ here. The champ is not
The
free.
champ? Who wants a piece of the champ? Yeah, we did
Champ
win
is
Swarm
never
last
free.
season. Yeah, obviously I'm kidding. Or am I?
Yeah, you're kidding. He didn't win. It was a joke.
Atlas is still surprising and still winless actually so far.
We liked this team,
It's
right?
it's the Overmatch team.
Isn't it just the fact that Terra Keldeo has like kind of not worked out for anyone?
Oh, it's done absolutely negative work.
Yeah.
It's actually the 7th Mon on the opponent's team every week.
Yeah. Oh, here's another Terra Zolt though. No excuse.
Yeah, so
It hasn't
Zolt-
come to a game, or is that a new?
No,
acquisition?
Zolt, Toadscruel, and Florges were all just picked up this week.
Okay. Well, let's see some work put in. All right.
Yeah.
It does say a lot that you're a full 6-0 difference. Both of these other 05s are a full 6-0 diff better than the other 05.
Yeah. So, okay. I
I guess
feel like
it's not 6-0.
So I think
It's
Dolce, the way that Dolce plays the game is very like bring out the strengths of underutilized Pokemon that people don't expect, and like not a cheese strategy per se. I think he did make a bunch of trades.
This has
and I
to be
think he
new.
dropped. Yeah, I think he dropped Arctivish. He was forcing Terra Arctivish every week, and it was like 0-5. And then clicking the Terra button and getting off Fish's Friends and just doing nothing with it. So
there's
was,
another Mon
not a good
that
look.
can click Fish's Friend and probably hit harder than Terra Water Fish's Friend. on
Literally,
Arctivish.
yeah, just regular Dracozolt or
Dracovish,
Dracovish probably just hits harder.
and
than Arctivish.
he's open. That should have been
Yep.
the change. If he really just felt the Fish's urge to click that button, could have just made that swap. But.
True. Dre, unfortunately, 1-4. We did just see the really close game against Royce.
That
who
was the one that we
4-1.
just watched. Yeah, with the
We just watched that. Yeah,
I
definitely
mean,
close.
the Terra Lucha is
Almost
putting in
got
work
that.
otherwise, though. I mean, +4,
Yeah, it's +4 over here.
8 kills.
Yeah.
But I just
mean
mean in general, even though like we saw it lose in that game, like other than that, like it's actually been putting in work for 1-4. And it was a win week 1 against someone who's 4-1, right? Or, oh no, that's other Drix, right? Drix and Swarm alternate universe. Like, wow, his only win is against the best players. Like, no, it's because it was somebody who forfeit. Or maybe that
they
wasn't a
just
forfeit,
got Zolt. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, didn't we know that?
That was for
yeah, we
Atlas,
knew Zolt just showed up.
Yeah, just
It
got
was
Zolt.
we were talking about Dolce with the Arctic.
The Vish, yeah. Oh, maybe I'm just behind on chat. Yeah, Arctivish is the definition of too slow for weather.
Well,
Yeah,
I think you said Zolt by accident. They might just be responded to that.
maybe.
But you corrected yourself either way.
Yep. And I mean, we've seen
He's just
Dolce
ready to
do
snipe
work.
you in the chat. Be like, hey, actually, streamer, you said the wrong thing.
Actually, we've seen Dolce do work in the PGA. I don't think you're over there, Tody, but I think you should be.
No, I did season 1.
You
I
did
think
the
I
normal season.
Yeah, I muted it after that just because like I just have so many servers that I don't like. I have muted just because so much sound. So I'm in the server. I didn't really pay attention to this season 2. Has there only been 2 seasons or have there been 3?
It's been 2 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't do season 2 on it. But
Yeah.
No, I did my mono normal team, and then I found out that nobody else was drafting monotype. Oops.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, you should be paying attention to it because I just can't stop winning there. I mean, what can I say?
Well, that's what I've heard. It's just the legends that you're winning over there, but yet, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
Legend says, yeah. I guess the
Matayoshi's still got your
overlaps.
number on this side though. So
Yeah, I know.
Until
How
then,
does he know that 4 and 1 is my number?
yeah. But
If you dial in 4/1 into your phone, you will call me.
doing it right now.
Wait, don't call me. Actually, my ringtone is a Pokemon ringtone. It's the it's very specific. In Gen 3, like the OG Gen 3 games, it's the song that plays when you talk to the Elite Four before you battle them.
Like the little like trainer jingle.
Yeah, the trainer jingle. It's really cool. It's that one and the guitarist are really cool. The guitarist is like the second coolest.
Yeah, because I know the Gen 4 one.
Go check out, maybe not right now, but later, check out the Gen 3. That's my ringtone. It's super cool.
You're not gonna believe this, but I have a YouTube stream up right now that's playing Pokemon music, so.
No way.
Pokemon,
okay, you're gonna get first-person
3,
view of what it's
Elite
like when
4.
I answer my phone.
Like, I don't know how to even just search.
I think it's called like.
Intro.
I think it's called like Elite.
That's like that.
Appears or something, or like Challenger approaches or something.
Elite appears.
Gen 3.
Elite 4 encounter.
Elite 4 appears. Yeah, is what it's called.
Is this one? I guess you can't hear me.
I can't hear it. Hold on.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. It does sound like ringtone-y.
Yeah, it's very ringtone-y.
It's like a high pitch, so it's like it like we would.
Oh god, I just tuned into stream and it triggered me. I actually thought I was getting a phone call.
That's why I can't do like game sounds or anything like. I had it at one point, but then it was like my alarm. It's like this gives me like. It just like rattles my core if I hear this song like outside of it. So I just use the basic sounds.
Yeah, that one, and check out the guitarist one. I forget what that one's called.
Wait, the guitarist.
Gen 3.
Like the intro to them?
Song. Yeah. I feel like the songs that are like when they play when the trainer is talking to you before you battle them are good.
There's a lot of good ones.
Songs.
I actually back in the day when MSN was like the chat thing that people were using, I had like a client version of it. That you could like set custom notification sounds for like different people. Mm-hmm. So like I had like my friend group like my online friend group, and I actually like set each of them to a different one of like it was the Gen 2 trainer jingles because it included the Gen 1 ones basically like the variants.
Oh yeah.
So like it was
and
like
the Gen 2 versions of most of the Gen 1 songs are just strictly better anyways.
Yeah. So it was just like, so I had like 8 different ones to use, and we had like 8 people. So I was like, hey, you know what? And then so they all had like a different sound. Like whenever they come online, it would say like so and so came online, and it would like play that sound. And now like whenever I hear it, otherwise it's almost like nostalgic.
it's like oh, it's Jeff messaging me.
Yeah. I wonder. I don't even know how to search this one though. The guitar one.
Oh yeah.
Trainer encounter. Like I don't know. Let's see. Trainer battle. Tough trainer? Is it tough trainer?
No, it's the guitarist. He has like yellow hair with a red guitar.
Yeah, but like
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Same ones.
The Elite Four encounter music is better, anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, let's resume our lo-fi.
Our good music, our soothe as we ASMR put you to sleep. This is now the NBA, the Nahyma Sleeping Academy. Everybody just close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Grab your cup of tea. And
now wake up. Wake up,
everybody wake up!
Back to the stream.
Because we're on to the All-Star Division.
We have more to talk about. It's not over yet. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep, you weaklings. Come on. Pay attention.
Okay, at the top we have none other than the GOAT, the OG, the DJ Barara. He's still around.
In first place. That's crazy.
Yeah.
DJ.
He's awake now. He's awake. Okay,
I know you're in the chat.
Yeah, if you have anything to say about your run so far, what do you think about your team? What do you think about Carracosta? I know you just used Carracosta to sauce someone up recently.
Let's get the stats. Come to one game. Terra Captain, Carracosta.
There's an announcement as well. There sure is an announcement as well.
There is. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this announcement, would you, Storm?
I sure would, but we'll get there in a minute.
We have
Goater, myself, and DJ also up at 4-1. Looking pretty good. I think as soon as...
By the way, free.
Yeah, free.
Not
Nafrima, Freeder 12, free J Barara, over
there's some
free.
good ones. Yeah, there's some good ones.
Freetson.
Freetson? Oh,
Freetson, yeah.
I thought. Well, you went to Overman. You went back up.
Classic offensive weather build. Yeah, fair. Loving the prep my defensive core is forced. Drew, I think that you out of anybody are really good at like identifying what your opponent has to bring and then subverting their expectations and winning based on that. Oh, thanks, Skyhops. Fennec is doing very well. Yeah, you're gonna have to step it up there. No, hey, I think Tarak has been looking really cool.
Hey, Fennec. I disagree.
Oh. Uh-oh. Fennec, Polito, and Gensuzu down at the bottom. Minus... It's crazy. The Gensuzu's -3 at 1 and 4.
That actually is kind of insane.
How do you do that?
Well, you got one.
Get a 6-0 and then lose 2-0 every time.
It literally, it has to be a 6-0 or a 5-0, and then like 1 or less in every game.
Yeah, crazy.
Like you have to like 1 -2 basically if you 6-0. Yeah, Monkey Boy washed.
He actually forfeited a game this season, which kind of sucked. I think it was week 4 he forfeited. Yeah. And versus Polito. Polito's only win.
Was that his only win, or was that a double forfeit?
It was, we granted the win to Polito.
Damn.
Track records is all that matters, trust. I agree.
That is kind of a tragic, just like there's a whole, like, oh, that's okay. You won one game, right? Oh, can't click on it.
Oh, right, and he also forfeited week 1, I forgot.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that he did forfeit a game.
Wait, bro's only played 3 games this season. What the... And he's still losing them all.
So he's actually 0-3.
That sucks, dude.
Dude comes here to play with a healthy, rested mind, playing 2 games less than everyone else. Sure can't pull out the win.
Let's see, who else we have? Afonso. There's a lot of 2 and 3s. Wow. From Afonso to Siderius, there's 6 diff, 5... Wait, is that -8? Oh my god, never mind. How is Afonso so negative?
Wait. -8 with 2 and 3 compared to
that is crazy.
-3 at 1 and 4 is just an insane jump.
Yeah, so Afonso, it's not likely for you to get in if you're 4 and 4. You're gonna have to try and win at least 2 of your next games.
Where is this coming from, though?
Or at least 3. You're gonna have to try and win out, or at least get really good diffs in your wins. I'm pretty sure he just made a trade.
It would have had to come this way.
Oh, it was a really big trade, actually.
Well, everything has at least one feint, so...
No, it was like Hydreigon, Pecharunt, Fortress, Yuxi. I think we're all part of this trade a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the trade.
Yeah. I think the loser of their game, because Afonso and Polito play this week, I think the loser of their game is the first one to be out of playoffs. Mathematically, yeah. Technically, being 3 and 5 doesn't necessarily mean that you're mathematically eliminated unless, like, the matchups have to be in a certain way.
Oh, you mean Afonso and Polito?
Afonso and Polito are playing, yeah.
Oh.
So if Afonso loses, he's not like mathematically out, but it's unlikely unless you get like 2 6-0s.
Yeah, I was gonna say Polito losing makes sense because then you'd be 1 and 5.
Polito losing, you're pretty much out, but you can still be 3 and 5 and make it by technicality sometimes.
I feel like Gensuzu is probably the only one with a realistic chance at that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like any of these 3 losing this week, I feel like it's probably more likely to be the first like eliminated, but it would be hard for Gensuzu to be mathematically eliminated without getting swept or something.
Yeah. Sid being +3 at 2 and 3 is impressive. Kind of like Martin's saying in chat. I'm pretty sure they've been pretty close losses for Sid, but I think he just beat Monkey Boy recently.
Did not play Monkey Boy.
Oh, he didn't play Monkey Boy. Oh, but he has won twice in a row. It was Afonso that he beat recently.
Yeah, he started at 3.
Yeah. No, it's good to see he's really making a comeback. He saw that he was about to be dead in the water and kicked it up.
Yeah, I think,
and is now playing Fennec, who I'm not going to say that Fennec is like an easy matchup, but if like looking statistically at the stats, Fennec is the person you want to see on your matchup sheet, like on your schedule when you're playing for your life, you know?
Hey Fennec, if you're still in the chat.
Yeah, that's not offensively. I just mean,
do you think
who are you gonna pick?
This is a free matchup?
No, I mean, like, who are you gonna pick?
I mean, I picked the guy who's only played 3 games. Like, you never know. He might just forfeit again.
He's maybe a little rusty.
Yeah. I mean, really, I would pick you. I mean, cause
that's true. I mean, look at that Terra Captain.
It's like the easy one. Yeah,
it's a crab.
Come on, dude. Dude, that
Fennec is not in the chat. According to Fennec, they're not in the chat.
Oh, Fennec's not in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well then now you're allowed to say anything because you'd be behind their back.
Yeah, so actually retouching on Monkey Boy though, we talked about him a little, but I'm personally surprised that even without the forfeit loss, that he's even 2-2. Like he was one of our aces during the PGP.
Well, that's why I'm surprised. Like I feel like we always talk him up, and I know he's a good player. I've seen him play well. But I feel like it's been a while since I've even seen him in playoffs. Like it was like the first couple seasons I saw him in playoffs, but like since then it was always kind of like, oh, Monkey Boy's having a down season, I guess. But then again, I was only looking at NBA. I don't know if he did like PGA and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was a semifinalist in PGA 1. I don't remember if he was for PGA 2.
Okay.
I don't remember how he played there.
I just feel like I'm running out of like the same jokes that I always make. Like, oh, there's Monkey Boy, he's washed. He's down the bottom half. It's like this is like the 3rd season in a row I'm making this joke. Like,
yeah, let me double check here. Okay, playoffs for season 4. There was no Monkey Boy because he was 3-5 at the end of the season in 12th place. And then season 3.
Are you just looking at the docs?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the docs right now. Oh my god, the season 3 doc is awful. Season 3, he was also 3-5. Huh.
I mean, he's on track right now to be 3-5.
True. He could just be 3-5 again. Why not? If it ain't broke. Well, except it is kind of broke.
It's a little broke.
He's not making playoffs. Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't really realize. It always feels like he's better than his record says.
If you've been paying attention to like the other leagues, then that might be why. Because you said he was like a semifinalist in like PGA and stuff.
Yeah. I think he plays better elsewhere, but
I think he's just a better player than the record shows in general. Like, I know he's good, but like, I've just personally noticed that it was always I was always joking about it because I was like, the joke is like, oh yeah, Monkey Boy sucks. Let's all say how much he sucks. But then like it became kind of real. Like when it was like the 3rd season in a row, being like, do we keep making the Monkey Boy sucks jokes if he's like actually just like losing?
But like the fact that you get like 3-5, like having 3 wins in the highest division every season means that you still solidly belong there.
So far,
true. Means that you still solidly belong there. Even 2 wins is still like respectable, and I don't think. But I think that a lot of like
not respectable
Swarm players would struggle to get that.
Fennec, 1 win, not respected.
There's still time.
Get at least one more win.
I don't think Fennec is gonna go 1-7. Polito will, because he does suck.
I mean, there's still a chance for you. You just gotta extend the season.
True. I could go 4-12 if we extend the season.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Who else do we have here? Alice is kind of squeaking by. Is 2-3 and could
pretty even diff.
Pull out.
Pretty even
last
diff for
season,
being
if you remember, Alice made it in. Yeah, the very good diff for being 2-3. Alice made it in the playoffs last year by being 4-4 with a decent diff.
And like based on like the outcomes of 4 other games, like just kind of like slowly shifting her up.
Yeah, and then beat, I think it was Azzy in round 1. I don't remember who it was exactly.
Wait.
Or maybe it was. Yeah, Alice was a semifinal.
Oh yeah, because I think my prediction had Alice winning, and I was like the only person who put it.
Yeah.
And then she lost after that.
Okay, Alice beat Jortson round 1, and then lost to Azzy round 2.
Yeah. Yeah, because Azzy was it was in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He has been twice in a row, according to him, which I think
Did he win either of them?
Nope. He lost both of them to Matt.
Poor guy.
Or did Riceman win season 3, actually? Hold on.
Riceman won. Or wait. Riceman won Swarm. I don't think Riceman won.
Yeah, Riceman won 1-0 over Azzy in season 3.
Yeah.
And then I think Overmatt won
over
season
Matt.
2 because he didn't play season 1.
Right.
Because he's the only person with multiple wins here.
Who's the other one I was gonna mention?
Alamir took over for Impulse, and technically on his roster he has 2 forfeit losses, or maybe it's just 1 actually. Hold on.
Did they play? Yeah, I think he played.
It was just 1 forfeit
against
loss.
Suzu one.
Yeah.
Because that would have been the second, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a Kyle moment.
Damn it, Kyle. Yeah, I think we talked about it before. He just has a lot going on right now, and just asked to be
busy.
subbed in. Yeah. So, I mean, he's in.
Didn't we pressure him into doing it in the first place? Like he wasn't gonna even.
There were a bunch of people who were on the fence, and I think he was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember saying like, "Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do this," and we're like, 6 drafts isn't enough. Come on, you can do it.
Number 7. Yeah, it's okay. Zeb is winning. Riceman's winning. Matt is winning, but not in typical Matt fashion. And he's not going to have the easy round 1 matchup that he's been used to and like accustomed to having so far.
What do you mean?
Well, usually
like
by this
just
point in
the
the
first
season,
seed?
he's like 5-0.
So you're saying just like the easy round 1 matchup, as in like he'd be playing the lowest seed?
Sorry, you cut out there. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw it do that. So you're saying that he's used to having the easy round 1 matchup just because it's like first seed versus last seed. Am I
because of
muting again?
Standings? Yeah. You were cutting out, but yeah, I get you.
I see it. It's showing weird on my screen.
Yeah, I mean, usually he's like between 1 and 3 seed, right? Like being 6 and 2.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe the first season that he played, he ended like 5-3 or something. Yeah. But that was the season where there was one person who had a better record than 5-3.
But the thing is, though, it's like you say the easy matchup, but anyone who's making playoffs in this division.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think anything. Like right now, it's Zeb. Do you think Zeb's an easy matchup for Matt? No. If Matt were first seed and this were going into playoffs?
If I were to give anybody the edge, I think it would be Matt. But is it an easy matchup? No, not necessarily. Yeah. And the last time I played in season 3, my round 1 matchup was Goater. Is that a good matchup for anybody? Not in my opinion. Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, Goater's pretty free, so yeah, that'd be pretty easy matchup.
Yeah, Frieder 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would matter more if you like picked your matchup, like if the top seeds like chose their matchup.
Got to pick. Yeah.
Because then you could actually choose a matchup that worked, like because it's like the actual mons on the team and not just the person. In terms of just like being first seed and like being like, well, I get to play the 8th seed. Like I think you could be just as unlucky with whoever you're facing the 8th seed as you could facing somebody in the 5th seed, right?
Yep.
Or even as the person in the 7th seed playing the person in the 2nd seed. Right?
Yep.
It's just a matchup.
Very true.
But anyway, we do have an announcement to make. So do we want to wrap up the
let's shift gears here and take a look. We're going to announce some things early about our off-season tournament because we want to put out a poll in the next maybe week or so to gauge interest on a whole bunch of different formats that we want to try for our off-season tourney. So the format may change. It could be... Whoa, something just happened to the resolution.
Yeah, don't worry. It's because I switched it into like a transition mode. So you're going to see something change, but they don't see that yet. Okay,
cool. Sorry. So it could be like a short speed tour or a series of speed tours. It could be just a regular length season that we had kind of with the Woshin Cup and the Castform Cup, how they were full seasons. Or they can just be tournaments. I guess if you want to show our options on stream.
So these are what we got. Now you should see it as it is. Right?
Okay, yeah, cool. The resolution's a lot better now.
Yeah, it's because
we have here 8 options that were brought up. A lot of them brought up by you guys saying, "Oh, we should run a this draft. We should run a this draft. We should run a this draft." I'll be honest, I don't have time to run 8 different drafts all at the same time. So you guys get to pick, and we'll briefly explain them so that you guys know what you're voting on, basically. We do also want to have the signups probably during playoffs of season 5, so that we can really reduce the downtime between season 5 and the off season. I know that in the past we usually take like a month or even 2 months between a regular season and an off season, or its next full season or whatever. We really want to reduce that downtime, so we're getting prepped early. We want to know what you guys think and what you guys want to see for the off season, so that early, so that we have time to prep a doc and maybe appropriately tier things that we didn't get to see in the Castform Cup, etc. Right? So yeah, we're really just trying to get some things in motion before. So without further ado, if you want to break down what the Smeargle Cup is, and we can just alternate from there going down the list.
So the Smeargle Cup. The Smeargle Cup is, we got a few Ranbats players here. So we figured, why not offer a tournament? So this one's more of a tournament than just a draft, right? Because it's randomized. It's not much to draft. Twist being the twist being that your generation of Ranbats will also be randomized from match to match. So all will be decided via stream picker wheel a few days prior to the next week's match, in the test of understanding a multitude of randomized formats and perhaps a little bit of luck as well. That's what it would be a test of. I don't know why I
Sweet.
wrote that.
Yeah,
and it does include doubles and baby random battles.
Yeah. So every week the whole league is assigned a different randomized, like it'll be a randomized random battle format. So
yeah.
So make sure you brush up on, if you want this, and if this gets voted in, make sure you brush up on your older generations ran battles. To give you a little bit more practice for the Smeargle Cup. Secondly, we have the Clefairy Cup, which is Metronome Madness. Yeah, everybody just gets 6 Clefairies. There's no draft, but it's just a metronome battle. You can pick your sets and your items. Maybe there will be an Eviolite bin. I feel like that would just kind of make sense.
Yeah.
It could be, we might even shift the format to be like a double battle as well.
That'd be funny.
Because Friend Guard Clefairy is pretty funny.
We have a question about the Smeargle. Is it best of 3 or is it just one off? I would think it'd be one off.
I don't think we really talked about that, but I do think that in random battles in general, I do think the best of 3 is better. Let me get back to you on that, Martin, because that's a good question. If it were my preference, I would say best of 3, but we just hadn't talked about that.
Yeah.
We need the real Smeargle Cup. Everyone gets 6 Smeargles. True. No, then you would just get a free win. We can't have you winning Castform Cup and the Smeargle Cup, brother.
But
we got to nerf you somehow.
Smeargle actually only gets metronome. So it's
true.
It's just a Clefairy Cup again.
So it just sucks.
Okay,
what else we got?
Next up is the Slowbro Cup. So this one, just to be clear, it says previous rosters. This is anyone's previous roster, so it doesn't have to be one of your previous rosters. Basically, you're just looking back at other teams and saying, like, either you think it was really broken or you think you could have done better with it, right? Basically, you're just choosing a team, and then and no trades, by the way. It has to be exactly as the team was, and you gotta just run with that. And it's just standard Terra preview. I would think it has to be a Gen 9 NatDex team.
Not necessarily.
But then how do
you can run a Gen 8? Well, you can run the Gen 8 roster in a Gen 9 setting, and it'll be fine.
Oh, that's true, because you change Terra for each matchup anyway. So it's not locked in anyway. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess
you would just have to choose the Terra captains.
Yeah, you would just have to pick Terra, which is fine.
But were there any other captains? We didn't do like Z captains or anything.
No Zs at all. So if you wanted to use the broken Terra Ursa Luna or the Terra King Gambit or some of those old sets, then this is the Slowbro Cup is for you. It'll be a good callback to the 5 seasons we've had so far in the NBA. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. We may put a limiter on how many times you can use a certain team. Like maybe you can only use each team once kind of thing. Haven't decided that, but
Oh, wait.
I think it's a really cool concept.
Isn't this one for the whole season, though?
Oh, I think you pick a new team every week.
I thought
Oh,
the
you know
Meowth
what?
Cup-
I'm thinking of the
was
Meowth Cup.
different.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Well,
Sneak
before we
preview,
get
by
there,
the way.
yeah, before we get there, the Togepi Cup is for
just to be clear,
exactly.
Just to be clear before we move on. Slowbro Cup, this would be taking one team for the whole season. Is that
You
correct?
cut out there, sorry.
Slowbro Cup would be one team for the whole season that you choose.
Yes,
yes,
okay. One for the whole season, and maybe we'll restrict things that like. I think it would be fun to have Terra Ursa and Terra Gambit and just have the like Ursa versus Gambit matchup. I think that would be kind of fun, but we'll talk it over with Stormtide. We might have one or two banned or something.
Because there's gonna be new mons from like future teams as well that you just assume like, oh, this team might not have that mon.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Anyways, so onto the Togepi Cup. It is, as some of you have asked for, a Gen 9 Little Cup draft. It's baby mons as far as the eye can see, and we will be having a unique tier list for the event with some like expected bans. If you know the Little Cup,
are we banning
metagame
Tail Slap?
If it's banned in Little Cup, it's probably going to be banned in the draft, but we'll see.
What if
Is
we
Apom
just
banned in Little Cup?
It is actually because of Tail Slap.
Yeah. Okay.
What if we banned Tail Slap but kept
Give it a little complex ban.
Yeah,
I think that's something we could look at. We haven't gotten to any of the tiering protocol at all.
It's the only
yet,
way I'm
so.
voting for Togepi Cup is if Apom is legal, even if it's a complex ban.
Yeah, so it will be standard Little Cup rules. Everything will be level 5, etc. And I don't think you'll be able to slap Eviolite on everything and just call it a day. So that is that.
Is a very
standard Little Cup.
Very intricate meta.
Yeah, very. I love seeing Little Cup EV spreads.
Yeah.
It's always crazy with like 24 here, 36 here, like 64 over here. Just you get one extra stat.
Well, it's because that's where the cutoffs are. It's like
yeah.
And if you try to make a team on Showdown, like it actually like only lets you do increments that boost a stat. Like if you try to drag the bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't
you know what's funny though? It reminds me of that weird Little Cup calc that every roll except for one roll against an Onyx does 1 damage. Except there's one roll that does 20 damage and Okos it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like, I think it's maybe...
Is it like if it goes over...
I think it's Corefish versus Onyx. I think it's like behind screens or like behind Reflect or something. I don't know if it's Crabhammer or some weird janky move like Bubble or something. I don't remember the exact specifics of it. But yeah, there's like 1 out of all of the 16 rolls that one-shots it, and everything else does 1 damage. It's really funny.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Okay, on to...
Meowth Cup. All right, you guys heard the preview, so...
yeah.
That's also why I specified that it was like previous rosters that don't necessarily have to be your own, because for the Meowth Cup, it's previous teams, but it's randomized. So like you get a random team from a random coach from before, and it changes every week.
Yeah.
So like everybody gets.
So this could be a full season, or it could just be a tournament. And if you get unlucky with the team you don't like, then you're kind of out. I feel like that would be kind of lame. So I feel like this would be like a full season thing, like the Togepi Cup. Yeah.
Because then you get to try more things, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like with the Slowbro Cup, where you're choosing, like theoretically you could try more kinds of teams, but you're gonna choose one that you liked. Right? Like you're gonna choose one that you wanted to try. Whereas Meowth Cup, you're doing a different one every week. You don't get to choose the one you got. Maybe you get a Trick Room team one week. Maybe you get a Weather team another week. Like that, it's a way to try it all.
Yep. So yeah, I think
that'll
be
like full Ranbats either, where it's just like you get whatever you get. It's like these are teams that somebody tried to build.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we would like select a few like templates to use, or like eliminate some of them. Maybe just playoff teams are the only ones that are from the pools. That would be interesting.
Yeah, maybe every pool is a different. Let's say week 1 is like a season 2 hustle team pool, for example.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
There's a lot of ways to work around it, you know.
Anyway.
Okay. Up next we have the Ledian Cup, which is similar to the Togepi Cup, except it's not anything like the Togepi Cup, because it's regular draft but only low tiers. So what we were thinking of is 5 points and less. It could be we could go even lower and say like 4 points or less. Extremely restricted, like wallet, basically. You won't have any points to work with, but
Yeah.
I mean, nothing will be costing a lot of points. So unless we might be building a completely separate,
You could
tier
also like
list for
spread it out over
Yeah.
higher amounts of points, and just space it out. Because
Yeah.
when you're looking at the low tiers alone, like certain things look better than others. Where it's like,
for sure.
when you only have to be able to tank like a 4-point mon, suddenly Wigglytuff is a pretty good tank, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, so we
or like when
we
there's no
may
steel types in the
readjust.
bottom 4.
Yeah, we may readjust the tier list, and we may, or we may just keep it like these Pokemon cost 5, and these are 4. These because we're just chopping off
Yeah.
like 3/4 of the tier list.
And then just
Still
banning certain
undecided,
things that would be
but
too
that's
good.
something that we can vote on after if it's picked.
Yeah.
Or when we talk about it, at least. I'd be interested to hear what you guys would want if that were to be voted in.
Yeah. So yeah, Little Cup is like actual Little Cup rules, level 5, all that.
Mhm.
Low tier draft is regular draft rules, regular levels, regular building, but with the low tiers, which probably have a lot of overlap mon wise with Little Cup, but it's like the other format.
Yeah. Okay, this one's a pretty spice. If you know anything about Infinite Fusion, Toady, if you want to talk about the Necrozma Cup.
I actually don't really know a lot about Infinite Fusion.
Neither do I.
Thankfully, we were provided a script. So the
NBA script?
Well, that's what the script like.
Our ghostwriter Sturmtide is here, but we will mention his name.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the Infinite Fusion draft with a few caveats. Never mind that. I thought that was gonna be a sentence. So the Necrozma Cup is the Infinite Fusion draft with a few caveats. For anybody that have played the game, might be the correct.
Stop reading the script.
It's where you can select 2 Pokemon. Official spelling does have an apostrophe. This one does not. So it's a Pokemon.
An apostrophe? Do you mean an accent?
I guess it's an accent. Well, it's kind of it's supposed to be an apostrophe, but they write it as an accent. Because it's like an abbreviation for.
Yeah, like pocket monster.
Yeah.
So you put the apostrophe. Yeah. Okay, shut up and explain it.
1 as the head, and 1 as the body. So 1 is the head and 1 is the body.
Okay, if you can't do this, I can do this.
Make a unique fusion which includes type, shared abilities, and a merged stat pool. Since it'd be impossible to balance the multitude of combinations, we figured why not let the community decide which fusions are available. With a max point value of 25 from the NBA tier list, NBA members, including LeBron James, can submit combinations eligible for draft. Submission amount pending per person. That's the future part of the league script. LeBron James is going to be drafting with us next season. Each Pokemon each Pokemon can be used twice, once as a head and once as a body, before it's removed as an option. After that, an untiered draft to use all the wacky combos concocted by your fellow NBA members. So, just to, I guess, read that a little more concisely. So it sounds like,
to summarize,
there will be 2 phases, where the first phase is like submitting mons that will be eligible for the draft and actually like splitting them up, and then the actual draft is to like draft all the combos.
Yeah, so when it says there's like a max point value of 25, it'd be like if you pick a 17-point Pokemon, it can only be combined with something that's 8 points or less to be 25 points.
Basically like Terracat.
Yeah. So this would take a lot of work. Points would have to be shifted. It would need a completely revamped tier list and honestly a completely revamped draft or doc rather. Yeah. So this is kind of the reason not just this, but this is one of the reasons we want to get ahead of the game, because if we need a completely revamped doc, I'd like to be able to get to it ASAP. So voting will be taking place partly for this. I know that in the past there's been a little bit of a grievance almost about how much the quality in the like NBA content drops between a main season and an off season. So we want to, we want to make sure that we actually hit it home. If you guys choose the Necrozma Cup, that we actually do it well, not like the Castform Cup that we tier a bunch of abilities and then have at it. We don't we don't change our tier list and things. Yeah. We actually want to do it right this time. So this is very wacky. If you like Infinite Fusion, I think this is it for you. I'm not.
This is it for you. You're done. If you like Infinite
you're
Fusion,
done.
You're kicked
Yeah.
out.
I think it's really cool, and I'm interested to see. This is definitely going to be spearheaded more so by Stormtide than by anybody else, because he knows the most about Infinite Fusion. And honestly, he's kind of been trying to get us to do it for a couple seasons now, and it just hasn't worked out that way.
I've never played the mod, but my first introduction to it was Pokerogue, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, true. I guess if you've played Pokerogue, it's kind of a similar concept.
That's just the first time I've used Fusion at all.
Yeah, I will defer questions of this to Stormtide because I don't know shit. I'll be honest. But what I do know shit about is my own specialty tournament format that I've concocted over the years. I actually have played this in a similar fashion, but not in a tournament style, just as like a fun kind of off thing that we did when there were no games being played. It's the Grookey Cup is what we're calling it now, and it's a 1v1 draft style where each week you don't have a set draft. Each week you'll be paired against an opponent. You and that opponent will set a time to go through a pick ban phase where you'll take turns. You'll maybe just flip a coin to see who goes first, or maybe the losing record will go first or something like that. But you'll take turns banning and then picking Pokemon, and you'll still have a similar budget as regular NBA seasons, but it'll just be 1v1. So if somebody picks up like Pelipper, for example, you can then on your next turn pick something that maybe is good against rain and ban off the Mega Swampert or something like that. So very dynamic. I think it leaves room for a lot of interesting competitive play. It's pretty cool. The exact format on like how the picks and the bans go is still subject to change, but I was thinking like ban, pick ban, pick ban, pick ban, pick ban, and then a whole bunch of bans before you get to the bottom. You'll be drafting exactly 8 Pokemon. So the budget may shift down a couple points since you're not drafting as many. But yeah, so you'll draft 8, you'll bring 6, and then you'll prep the exact same as normal. But you have 30 minutes after the pick ban phase to start your battle. So it'll be kind of it's kind of almost like a mini speed tour that you play one battle a week. So you set up a time to schedule your pick bans. Once that's over, 30 minutes, you play your game. Maybe for some cases in scheduling, where the time zone is really off, people might not have that much time to dedicate each week, but I've always wanted to run something like this. Again, I've done it with other people in the past where you can kind of just kill some time and it's pretty fun. I think it's really interesting, and like I said, I think it's actually a pretty competitive way to play the game. So if that interests you,
if you're doing it like the 1v1 anyway and doing like the pick ban phase, that's the kind of place where you can also like set rules and just say like more like a fantasy football draft where it's like those are like you have like 60 seconds to make your pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're setting aside the time to do your battle and like to draft your team and whatever, like it should be like a speed draft in that sense where it's like you have to make quick picks. You can't make the most like scientifically optimal counter to whatever the other person picked. Like it has to be off the cuff. You have to be like thinking about like a lot of things at once. That would be part of the skill. And then because keep in mind you still have to build a team to fight, like to actually like fight them with, right? Like you still have to go
it's a lot of on your toes thinking, very quick thinking. I'm pretty sure Terra captains will stay pretty similar to how they are.
Dude, I'll be honest. I mean, this is up for discussion. I think Terra, like just banning Terra for a speed draft is a good idea. Like Terra adds so many things to like have to consider.
It is a lot of complexity, isn't it?
It adds so much time to team building. I actually think that for a speed draft, it makes more sense to just not even bother with it. Might need some re-tiering, later, but yeah, and that'll be up to discussion. But
yeah, interesting. Okay,
just the thing that stands out to me as a certified Terra hater, but also acknowledging that it takes a while to build a team for Terra.
So what I'm thinking is, because there's a lot of options right now, What I'm thinking is we put out an initial poll, gather interest, see which maybe 3 or 4 are the most voted on, and then go to the community to see what we like.
Go
what
to the community?
specificities, what specifics we want out of each of these things. So, for example, if let's say Metronome Madness, Meowth Cup, Necrozma Cup, and Grookey Cup are chosen as like the top 4, we'll eliminate the rest and get into the nitty gritty. We can really bring out the best in each of these formats that the community would like, and then we can have our signups during playoffs. So
in other words, if there's one that you're on the fence about, and you like only want to do under the condition that APOM is legal in the little cup, Togepi Cup, like vote for it, and then if it's one of the ones that gets narrowed down, then we can talk about specifics.
Yeah. Oh, I want to specify because DJ, I'm not sure if this is what you mean. The battle format is still 6v6. It's just the draft is only happening is like you against one person are picking and banning against each other.
That does look confusing to write it as 1v1. Right?
Yeah, it's not a 1v1 format. Yeah. Yeah. It's 1v1 in the sense of like you versus one person are drafting together, and then you play a 6v6 battle.
The draft itself is a 1v1, as opposed to 16 people drafting on the same board.
And that about does it for our announcement. We'll be shipping this poll probably by the weekend latest. I might get it out tomorrow. And I'm really interested to see what you guys think. I know some of you guys have been talking about a whole bunch of these over not just the course of the stream, but like seasons. You guys have been asking me for a whole bunch of these different tournaments. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what you have to say. And unless you have anything more to say about this Toady, I think that's all we have this week.
That is all in terms of replays and standings reviews and off-season announcements. Are we going to have a place where this information is posted after the stream for everyone else? Or is that going to come with the poll?
Yeah, we will. Can you post this graphic to announcements? I guess we'll work on this after stream, but yeah.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if we wanted to tell.
Yeah,
people,
actually,
like,
let's post this graphic
for right
with
now
the poll.
to like watch
leave
the stream.
it.
Yeah.
And for now, we can just leave it. Everybody who caught stream will be in the know.
Yeah,
and
if people want to know, just watch the VOD, watch the section if you want to hear something more specific. When the poll comes out, the information will be there as well.
Yep. Okay,
All
so
right.
thank you everybody for your time. Appreciate. I know there's once again people have been here since the absolute beginning. You are a champion. We appreciate you. I know Stormtide's been here a long time. DJ Brar
Even
as well.
if you're 1-4, you're still a champion in our hearts.
Even if you're 1-4, you're still a champion unless your name is Polito Shark.
That's true, but I don't think it was here.
True. Let's see. Martin's around. We got Drix, Leezy, Bobo.
Leezy's
Lucia's
a champion
still
in our hearts
Fennec.
and in reality.
True, he's a Swarm champion.
Leezy's just...
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's still listening in and just lurking, but yeah, we'll see you next week. We do plan on getting back on track and streaming on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. sharp, Eastern time. Sharp, not at 6:30 like we did today.
Yeah.
But hey, we've been pretty punctual lately. I feel
I had
like
to make this graphic, all right?
We're allowed to take an extra half hour to make this graphic.
Bought a core today. I didn't have a lot of time.